Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him with the black box racks and cages behind him.
Oh wait.
Oh,
Oh wait. You can actually see him better that way.
oh,
Oh yeah. Hold on.
look at it.
Let me just take a little move.
Boy, let me get some of them
yeah.
Citrus County Nerodia.
I got this is really weird. Yeah, man.
Ever since I saw those, I haven't been able to get them off my mind.
Dude, they're fucking sweet, man. Did you see the video I posted about them?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They're awesome.
So we posted your collection tour video, and first of all, I struggled a lot with that. Not the editing and stuff, but just like I ran out of like hard drive space on my computer, so it was like I'd go to share it or go to export it, and it would do it for like 15 minutes, and then it'd say unsuccessful, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? And it'd say disk full, and so I'd have to go clear out some space, and so then I do it again, disk full, and so I'd have to go and clear out more space, and I'm like, what the hell?
Dude,
so finally, I
learned
got
that
it.
With my YouTubes, dude. When I first tried to upload my first video, I was like, what the heck? I had to go through and delete so much stuff.
It's like a 6 gigabyte video. Like, I understand it takes up some space, but it's like,
yeah.
And then I think I finally think I got it, and I upload it, and there's like a full 10 minutes missing of that.
Yeah, fucking.
And so I was like,
Paint Shop messaged me, and he was like, "Where are the geckos? I want answers." I was like, "I showed them. I swear." There's like 10 minutes I was cut out. Like,
I don't know.
They were definitely featured.
I don't know. At some point, maybe this weekend, I'll look into trying to figure it out. It doesn't make any sense that it would cut out the 10 minutes. I don't understand why it did that, and I'll just replace that file. And I was too exhausted with it to be like, I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
It works.
So I was more frustrated and more worried that those like 4 hours I spent editing the whole thing over the course of like 2 days would just go to waste. So at that point, I was like, I had already sunk so much into it. I was like, I can't just abandon it. Got to commit and do it. So
no, I mean, it was fine. The bulk was there. It'd be what it'd be.
I was like, damn, Jake has a lot of stuff. I'm like going through it. I'm like,
yeah.
For real, after you got done with the carpets, I was like, oh, damn, we're only like a third of the way through this video. Hell yeah. We still got rats and waters and all kinds of shit.
Yeah. I've grown substantially recently. And it's like, it's not even like I still have a lot, like I have more than 10 to 20, but I don't have like 100. There's a lot. I feel like a lot nowadays is like 100 plus.
100, dude. If someone says they have a lot, it's 100. At least that's the mindset I'm at now.
Yeah,
I tell people all the time, I'm like, dude, I'm just getting started.
Yeah, people are like, oh, you have so many snakes. I'm like, you have no idea. Like people who don't keep snakes, it's like, yeah, I have a ton of snakes. People who don't keep snakes, but 4 snakes is a lot to people who don't keep snakes.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things. But in our community, it's like,
yeah. You find it funny when people
modest collection.
When people ask you, they're like, "Oh, you have snakes? How many do you have?" And like, I think a lot of people initially think that you're going to say like 4 or something. So when you're like, "Oh, I've got like 60," they're like, "What?" Like, I guess they just assume that they're all like retics and berms and that they take up a ton of space. And it's like,
if you have 60, you will have 60 berms. That's what you have.
Absolutely. And they all try and kill you, and they all probably roam your house. Yeah.
Nah, dude, that's like seriously though. I don't like telling any of my work colleagues or anything that I'm like into all this stuff just because I know everyone's hella judgy. But my one manager, he's got bearded dragons, and leopard geckos. So I'm like, I tell him about all my stuff, and then after I started the YouTube, I showed him a video. Good Lord, was that a mistake? Went inside the office, showed everyone at our work. I'm like, oh my God. So now everyone at my work knows I'm a freak. They're always asking me about,
we got another weirdo.
What's up with your snakes? What's up with your lizards? And I'll just be like, I know you guys think it's lame, but like, check out this video of my freaking 4-foot monitor lizard on my back.
Whatever.
And they're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you have no idea, dude.
The amount of jokes I get, I kind of own it though. I pretty much tell people right off the rip that like I keep snakes, and like whenever I have new coworkers and stuff, and some of them, and it's really like split 50-50. Like some of them are like, oh, that's so dope, and like, and they like want to talk about them, which is great. But then there's other ones that are like, you put those things on your pecker, and I'm like,
it's like,
what?
No, the most random quote. Oh yeah, just
like
all that.
it's terrible. But you know, it is what it is. You get used to it at a certain point, and
Don't make fun of my hobbies. I don't make fun of you for being an asshole.
yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad though, because like after everyone knew, and I kind of just ate it and was just like, yeah, like what's up, dude? I'm the reptile freak.
Yeah,
and, like,
I'm the snake guy.
they're just like, all right, whatever.
You talk shit now, but you'll be the one texting me on Saturday at 3 p.m. when something's in your yard and you want to know what it is.
Dude, I'm the ID king, dude.
Oh yeah, I've had people who I haven't talked to in literal years message me out of the blue and be like, "Hey, what's this?" You know, and I'm like,
yeah. It's like once they know you're a snake person, because I'll have people on Snapchat that I don't regularly see, but it's like they're your Snapchat friend. Yo, what's this? Hey, should I kill this? I'm just like black racer, corn snake, rat snake, water snake.
Leave it alone.
Even if it was poisonous, just fucking walk away.
Isn't it funny that your chances of being injured or hurt by a venomous snake are 0 when you just leave it the fuck alone?
Yeah,
that's what I tell people all the time. I'm like, when you see that venomous snake, your chances of getting bit are absolutely 0, and then they go up substantially the second you turn around. Like, you're good, 100% good.
Yeah. No, yeah, I actually had a conversation with somebody the other day. I took a wetlands ID like certification course for work, and I was talking to somebody because I mentioned that I was in the reptiles at some point, and then somebody like came out to me and started talking about how their parents were wanting to kill all these rattlesnakes that they were seeing on the property, and she's trying to get them not to do it. And I was like, well, something to tell them. I was like, tell them that their chance of being envenomated goes up by 80% if they try to kill it. Just letting you know. She's like, that's a really good point. I'm gonna let them know that. I was like,
100% of 0 is still 0.
Exactly. You know, I'm like, if you leave it alone.
I have like the craziest venomous story, and it's like I was like 6 years old when it happened. This was back when I was born in California, so I was living in California at the time. But I would always lift and catch every rock, flip everything, and we were at my grandparents' house, and my grandpa and my dad, they left to go grab some stuff from like workshop, whatever it was at the time, but they had left for like an hour. When they came back, I had found a baby snake and I put it in a jar. Well, it turns out it was a baby diamondback rattlesnake. And I had been sitting there for like half an hour playing it with my grandma in there. They were all just like watching me play with it because, hey, another day playing with a snake. When my dad gets back and my grandpa gets back and they totally flipped and they were just like freaking out. Did you get bit at all? Anything out? I'm just like, no, but I did just sit here and play.
Believe me, you'd know if I did.
Like, yeah, but I think about that now and it's just like, dude, like I could have been dead in a heartbeat, and my mom and grandma, they wouldn't have had no idea. There's like, he's playing with a little damn worm. Like,
he's so cute.
Dude, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, I guess if it's small and you don't see a rattle on it, like you're not likely to think, oh, it's a rattlesnake.
Yeah,
because a button doesn't, because they have buttons.
It was it was like a straight up Neo. Like, I mean, in a normal mason jar that's like that big, it fit in the bottom of that mason jar. Like,
that's even surprising too that you didn't get nailed it being that small,
bro. It's a faint memory because it was so long ago, but I do remember it was under a board when I found it. And I just remember, snake under a board. We picked it up and I just played with it until I was like, I want to save it. And then we put it in that mason jar. And then when my dad got back, he was like, what the F?
And I mean, I'll say out of all the Western Diamondbacks I've messed with, like obviously I can't talk a whole lot because I got bit by Western. But out of all of them that I've messed with,
this is going to be good. I'm interested to hear what you're going to say now.
No, out of all the ones I've messed with, like the really the fresh neonates have been the most calm. I walked into like this little area and there was like 7 of them, just like there's like little landmines all around. And I had this little hook, and I started like kind of messing with one a little bit, and like it was perfectly chill. It didn't even try.
That pre-shed, pre-first meal, just like hey, you got it in that limbo stage.
Yeah,
that's how I take it. Like I don't know how I got it lucky.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah. But anyways,
this is episode 163 of the Herpeticulture Podcast. I'm Justin Smith of Palmetto Coast Exotics. I'm always, as usual, I'm joined by Jacob Bratz of Longleaf Reptilia.
You don't have to introduce me, man. What kind of crap is that?
This show is brought to you by BlackBoxCages.com, Facebook, Instagram. Check them out. I mean, you can see the craftsmanship behind Jake. It's right there. The writing's on the wall behind.
The bottom drawer slides just as good as the top.
Yeah.
What?
Dude,
I can show you live.
So we also did the video before we shot the collection tour. We shot the video of Jake's stuff. And like there was a handful of times where like he literally was pulling out George. He's like, dude, they're all like butter. They're all like butter. And I was like, we repeated ourselves like 10 times. I need to probably cut out like half those.
We did, yeah.
Like if you thought he talked about how smooth they were
I
a
was
lot
say there was still
final
a lot of
cut
butters and smooths.
before, yeah, I was like,
So
let's just
smooth.
drive this point home. Like let's just.
But that
just
was
really...
the point though, because like that's like, let's be real, that's what makes a rack like a really good rack. If all the tubs are smooth, like that's one of the biggest things with racks. So yeah, we pushed it home because like you have to bring up the things that really set them apart. Aside from the amazing craftsmanship, like those tubs, man, every single one, it's fucking butter. It's
Butter.
I'm telling you. Anyways,
That's awesome.
Real Land O'Lakes stuff, not that country crock.
yeah, not like country crock.
Yo,
bullshit.
dude, I'm only 20 minutes from Land O'Lakes. That's where my grandma lives. Represent, LOL, baby.
So yes, BlackBox cages, check them out. And then Steve Snakeberry and his Venom hot sauce. We love us some cottonmouth sauce. You should try it, and the other sauces in the lineup, which include the coral snake sauce, the pygmy rattler sauce, the canebrake sauce. There's that cottonmouth.
all the sauce.
I know. I feel like Copperhead. I think that's the 5. And then there's the anti-venom sauce, which is like the newest one of the lineup. Check them out. SteveSnakeShuary.com. You can order yours. By buying these hot sauces, you're helping Steve with his Snakesuary. So he's doing a lot of public outreach. He's doing education stuff. He's rescuing things, rehabbing herps that he gets brought or picks up from relocations and stuff. He's got his own collection that he uses to educate people with that he has to take care of. So if you're buying these hot sauces, you're helping him do his thing. He's also a public servant with the fire department and stuff. So he's also just a good dude doing good things. So
Awesome guy.
check it out.
Check him out. Yep. And shameless plug to Badlands Herpeticulture because I'm
Hey.
repping his hat and he's the coolest dude on the face of the planet. So
What did he send you this week?
he didn't send me anything this week. he sent me some gray rats the other week, which was great.
He's
They both shed. I haven't been able to take them out and play with them yet. And I just want to look at them. I want to look at them, dude. I fed them the other day, and they're so nice. Oh, they're so nice.
Take it
Are they super light, or are they looking like they're going to be darker?
One of them's really red, actually. They're Santa Rosa white oaks. One of them's really red. The other one's like a really nice light gray.
Nice.
So needless to say, I got to keep all the babies to see which ones turn out red, and then I'll sell the gray ones.
So here's the problem: is Chris the other day in our group was like, "Oh man, I'm really stressed, and I got a ton of babies in the works. I've still got some that I probably shouldn't even hold on to." And I'm like, by telling me that, you're telling me you want to load up a box and send it to me, and I'll just be like your overstocked warehouse.
Yeah.
And then if we end up just selling stuff, we'll if I have to get rid of things, we'll just sell them. We'll split
Dude,
it.
we were talking about
like
that
we
on
can
Pawn
hold
Stars.
on.
We're
We can
just
hold
like
on to the goods. We can to the stuff we want to sit on for a little bit, see how it turns out, and then if it just doesn't go the direction we want, whatever. I'm telling you, like
Dude,
Chris,
yeah.
JT, and Mike Kosicki, we're gonna form the VMS 2.0, and we're all just gonna have
Let's rule the world.
a ton of corns.
Dude, y'all need to come down and do some corn herping, bro. I'm telling you.
Dude, I need a male from Hernando, man.
I know.
If you see a slapper male, I mean,
It's like ever since you told me that, I haven't seen one yellow rat snake.
Damn it!
I
need a female. I need a female yellow, and I need a male. I need a male corn.
Male corn and a female.
Yeah,
I got you.
That's
Dude,
what I need.
I'm probably never gonna see another one again, even though they're all in my yard. But now that you want one, I'm on the look. I probably won't see one again.
Yeah, probably not.
Are you? Is that where you're at? You're down that way?
Yep,
I'm in Hernando. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been trying
up there in North Carolina too.
I was supposed to go down there, man, but like I just moved and I've been having medical problems for a while now, and it's like it's been killing me. I don't really know when I have to go to the hospital again for kidney stone problems.
Jeez,
So I just passed one. I just passed another one the other day.
That's probably why you're feeling so bad. Is your body's
Dude,
like trying to figure out what the hell it's doing to itself.
I
You
don't
need
know,
to hit
dude.
some of them freaking lemon cleanses, my dude.
Lemon cleanses.
Yeah,
just eat a
just
whole
drink
lemon.
nothing but lemon water for like 3 days.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that is really good for like your kidneys and stuff.
Yeah,
It keeps
dude.
you really, really hydrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my doctor always tells me to drink like real like lemonade, not like that fake
Nah,
shit. Like
fake shit.
real.
No
Country
sugar
time.
added. What?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
I just
do.
drink bangs and water.
Yeah.
Balance
Dude,
it
what's
out.
up
That's
with
what I
no
do.
sponsorship update yet?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. How did you
chalked-
not get him with the Green Tree one, bro?
I've chalked
Dude, that
it up
was
to-
great, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, if he's gonna get Bang's attention, it's gonna be with
It's
that.
dude. Green people notice Green Trees. That's iconic.
Yeah.
So
Well, now
And it
I have.
went
That was
so
before I
well
got
with
the
the
new
bang.
camera, so I need to do that and do that
You
again.
need
but
to like
that
set
snake has a
up,
bunch
like,
of
a
stuck
real
shit on his
shot.
head that I still have to get off, so I need to get him cleared up before I do that again.
Dude, what you need to do is like set him on a branch or like on a perch in your yard where he's got like that iconic look, and have the bang like right underneath him,
yeah.
and take that
Photoshop
shot of
it.
him like right over the bang, and he's or the
Yeah.
bang's like here, and he's just perched right above it. I can't get the camera
He's
right. Yeah,
he's just sitting there banging.
yeah, dude, it'd be great. It'd be awesome.
I was just like, I was looking at the can one day for the key lime one, and I'm like, these are the exact colors as that Maniquari type guy I have.
That is, yeah, that's
Dude,
one of the
or-
colors.
Take a picture.
If you make sure the can's not too cold, like leave it at room temperature, maybe you can get him to like perch over the
Perch on
top
the
of
can.
it.
That'd
Yeah,
be sick.
that would
Usually,
be, that would
so
be
that
fucking
one-
dope, dude.
That one, when I take him out and stuff, he doesn't sit still. He's
Oh,
like
I
he's
gotcha.
like the carpet of
He's a-
condors. Like,
he's
he
a
just
mover.
constantly- He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't stop moving.
Oh, dude, speaking of carpets, the other male that I've got available from my last clutch, he just shed the other day, and oh, dude.
Was
He's
he in the
looking-
video?
No, I didn't take him out because he was
No.
shoved in his tube.
Okay,
And he
okay.
Oh
was-
yeah,
he was
everything in
shed.
everything was in shed.
Yeah, there's so much stuff in shed, but now everything is like come out, and that male popped out, dude, and I was like, oh my god,
Dude, it's
like
so weird. Like when you talk to other carpet keepers, like even other pop home keepers, like me and you, like, dude, this past week I've had like at least 4 popple in shed. It's like, and I talked to my other buddies, and they're all their carpet shed. It's like, it's pretty weird to see the cycles that these things are linked up with, no matter what, dude. It's pretty trippy.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I love my pop wins. Another 2 years, man. There's gonna be some serious stuff going on over here with those.
2024 is what you're looking at.
Yeah, for
2028 is
the
gonna be my year.
for like
Yeah.
the really crazy stuff, because like some of the stuff, like everything's still kind of young. The adults, like this season's gonna be good. I'm gonna have a couple really interesting pairings, but 2024 is gonna be a big one because everything should be up to size now, and I've got some.
That's what I'm looking at myself, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
This year's gonna be like test the waters, get my feet wet, get this. Because, like, dude, I've still never produced. I got a joint project going this year, which I'm waiting any day for them to hatch. It's some
Nice.
king snakes. They're
There you go.
it's a Bell Glades, and my buddy had. I don't even know how he got it, but it's a striped Florida king, and it was 2 parent. The adults he said were caught in Leary County, and then some they were bred, and then that one popped out. So I don't know the exact backstory on it. There's some crazy backstory, but I'll have to send you guys a picture of the pairing. It's pretty sick. It's for at least for king snakes. But
Nice.
if I get my feet wet with these pop wins, I'll have some F1s this next coming season. So
Very nice. Very
that'll be
nice.
sick.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Poplins were my first snakes I ever hatched.
Oh yeah,
That's
all,
great, dude.
That's all I'm sticking with, bro.
Dude, they're
Papa wins
amazing,
only.
man. They're amazing.
Oh,
I have
and
one
Novas.
pair. I have my one pair of coastals, and that's it. Like
Yeah,
that's all
got-
I've got.
I got
Everything
my
else
Coastals
is
are
fine.
nice though.
They are.
yeah.
They
Your
are.
coastals are nice.
And I'm a sucker for a nice coastal, so you know I had to have that pair. But that's pretty much all I'm sticking with.
That's not. Yeah, that's like it's not even my issue. It's like every carpet is my favorite carpet. They're all great, but
Yeah,
dude, those IJs, that's my lane. I'm sticking in it.
got to, man. There's so much to be done,
Oh my god!
especially with some of the stuff you have, man. You have
Just
some
in
really,
the
really
just
nice
in the
animals.
couple ones I got, like I don't even have a lot, dude. I only got 5.5, but with that 5.5, I promise you guys, gonna have some shit for you in the future.
Oh, yeah, man, that's great. I mean, shoot, I don't even have that many in retrospect. I mean, I might have a few more than 5.5, but not much more.
Once I start
It's a good
getting the
number.
production, I mean, as soon as I have that first clutch, that's gonna boost up to whatever the hell that first clutch is, because they ain't leaving this place, man. At least until I wean out what I don't need. I'm trying to have my stuff
and that's the thing with those, man, with the pop wins. I tell everybody to try and keep them for 2 years if you can, because then you'll really see how they turn out. Because I've had stuff that like they started out, they looked really unique at first, like as a fresh hatchling. And then like they kind of grew up and you're like, okay, it didn't quite turn out how I thought, you know. So you decided he was one year you wanted to move instead. You know, and then there's some dude from my first clutch, because I sold all but 2 of them. I still have 2 here, and they were both in the video, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, we've filmed pretty much every animal you own.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they should have been. Because we didn't take out all of them. There was some stuff that was in shed and hiding, and I didn't want to mess with them. But both of those were in it. But I sold a couple other males and 1 female. And dude, I'm looking at them now, and I'm like, man, I messed up.
Dude,
I messed up.
One of my, I think you had. I'm pretty sure you had liked it, but it's one of my last pop-in posts of this one female girl. She's just coming up on 2 years this year, but she was an import. I got her from Blake Wilson. Blake Wilson. You guys know who he is, right? Blake Wilson's Reptiles.
Yeah.
I was like bugging him for a little while just because I was talking to him, and I was like, bro, what's up? You ever get any pop wins in? And then a couple months later, sure as shit, it was like right after I just snapped my foot off of my leg. He's like, yo, got some pop wins in. I'm like, well, I'm fucking handicapped, but just at least put me down for 1, dude. And it came in a little rough, so I was like all iffy for the first couple months. Dude, 6 months in quarantine, about a year later now, and that thing it's probably one of the best ones I got coming up right now. It's freaking unreal what that thing went from to what it is now. I'm tripping. So definitely the 2-year mark with what you're saying, dude, because they'll go from one thing to another, and then all of a sudden they're going to just shed one time, and you're going to be like, where the hell did this snake come from?
Real quick, man. They changed so much.
It's serious.
It's wild. They're great. They're such great snakes, man. I'm actually probably here. Hopefully, in a couple weeks, I'm going to be selling a kid his first snake. I've known him or most of his life. I'm quite a bit older than him, but I've known him since he was a little kid. And he hit me up the other day wanting his first snake. And I have one of the twins from my first clutch, you know, and I don't really know. I don't really want to sell her as a breeder because she was a twin. She's on the smaller side. You know, she was just kind of odd as a baby. So, like, you know, it's just one of those things. I kind of wanted to just go to somebody as a pet. Yeah, you know, and so he hit me up, and I was like, man, I got this little twin that would be good for you, you know, so I'm going to give him a really good deal, and he's going to come check her out. But
Papuans, you can't.
Great first snake, man.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, bro, I got a cork tube in every one of these cages. They all hide in it, and I have to literally pester them to get them out. And, you know, after 10 minutes of pestering something, it's probably going to strike you. Dude, those things never strike. Other than Billy Damn Hunt's Nova Guinea. God damn you. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
I think his house is built on like an Indian burial ground or something, and that's why everything that comes from him is just so damn evil.
Yeah. No, I have some stuff from him that's pretty okay. One of my coastals, my female coastal. Oh my god, dude! My female coastal is a heat-seeking missile from him. She's terrible.
I heard the same thing from Brendan, though.
Oh yeah,
about his coastal from Billy.
If they're from the same clutch, I think pretty much everything you produce from that clutch in particular, if it's the one I'm thinking it is, they were all like almost all like that. Yeah,
probably.
But dude, from my last clutch of poplins I produced in 2020, man, most of them are like spicy as fuck. Like, they're not about it, especially the twin, because I had a set of twins. One of them was
Sanctuary Venom hot sauce spicy.
Yes. There's one of them, and it's so funny. The twins that I got, one of them that's going to go to him, perfect attitude. She's amazing. I don't know if it's male or female, to be honest. They were so small. I didn't sex them when they were born, and you know, I just haven't really gotten around to it since. But one of them was like, she's amazing, like such a great snake. The other one, dude, like you can't get anywhere near. She's the worst of all of them, and she was tiny.
The yin
I'm
and
talking
yang on it,
like,
bro.
yeah, dude, she was like, I'm telling you, when she came out, she was a little bigger than a baby corn snake. Like, she was small, you know, but dude, she was right off the rip, boy. She had attitude, all about food, never skipped a meal. She's great now, and she's got a super nice pattern.
That's
So I'm gonna raise her. I'm gonna raise her up and see how she does. I really don't. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with her. I think it's funny, being that she was a twin, I think she's missing a scale right like in the middle of her mouth. It's funny, like when you look at her, it almost looks like she's gaping ever so slightly, but if you look closely, it's almost like she's got a little hole right in her
like
bottom
where
lip.
where the tongue spot's supposed
Yeah,
to be. It's like
exactly where the
missing
tongue
that.
comes out. It looks like that scale right there is just missing, and it's just
It's like
really
probably like a
weird.
minor cleft or something, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's
That's
really
wild.
but she's full of freaking
It's
attitude,
like Tom
man.
Cruise with his extra tooth in the middle. Dude, I
Except
never even
opposite.
noticed. I
People
never
come and
noticed that
fire you
until
from your
someone.
show.
I never noticed that until I think Katie pointed it out to me, and I was like, now I can't unsee
I've
it.
never,
Now you
never
Every
can't
seen
time
unsee
it.
he's dude, straight up Google it. He's got a tooth in between his two, like what would normally be just the two teeth. He's got one in the middle there.
What?
It's you'll see it because now
That's
every time I
his-
see him like
man.
smile or something, I can't help but.
That's his extra chromosome right there.
I don't know. He's something. Dude's crazy, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I know we're like 30 minutes into this.
Yeah, I was about to say,
but
we're already
our
like-
guest this week is Skylar Williams from Halo
Sorry,
Scales.
guys. Totally ruining the intro for you guys.
No,
What's up,
we
everyone?
jumped right in.
that's
It's
a,
all
yeah,
good.
that's a sign of a good show right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When it's just off to
deal.
the races.
Good deal.
So
I was nervous.
yeah.
I'm like, you guys want me to come on your show, and all I do is keep snakes and lizards. I really
That's
haven't
all
done
anybody.
much, man.
That's all anybody does that comes on this show, man. You know,
Yeah.
it's
I feel you.
you like the snakes. You know, you like it all. We've been talking for a while now.
No, yeah,
It's all-
yeah.
We're
I
all.
figured
You
I
got a
was
ton of really cool stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's- whatever.
I appreciate it. It didn't start like this, dude. I did the same thing as everyone else, dude. I had my nose arch stage. I had my reality check. I had my vet visits. I had everything that everyone has, dude. But the good thing I have about me is I'm a fucking quick learner and I'm a hustler. So as soon as shit goes bad, I'm gonna fucking turn it around because I'm not trying to sit at the bottom, man.
Yeah.
So I just learned quick, started listening to all you guys, and I've learned a hell of a lot in 3 years. That's all I can say.
What was the reality check for you?
So like, I don't know. I don't want to go crazy in my story or nothing, but like, after I was super deep into reptiles up until like from the time I was born until I don't know, like middle of high school, and then I just got into that high school deal. You get into that crowd, you get into that scene. Totally left reality until I was probably, I don't know, like 23. So like 5 years ago now. Got one of my friends, she bought a Jackson chameleon from PetSmart, and it had babies, and she had like know nothing about it. And I was like, dude, me and my mom did chameleons my whole childhood. I was like, let me get one of those babies, and dude, that just sparked the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Started getting Jackson chameleons, and then I had people, it was like, oh, you know, you got chameleons? And I had everyone up that knew me from school. Hey, you want this veiled? Hey, you want this? Hey, you want this? So the next thing I know, I got freaking 10 chameleons. Half of them are sick. And then I'm like, I got to deal with all these vet bills. And I'm like, okay, so no more rescues because all we're doing is taking care of everyone's freaking sick animals. And then it was basically just like
herp hospice.
Yeah, literally. I was like, I'm just killing myself, killing these animals. So it was basically just chameleons for like 2 years. And then I went to a pet store, ironically, after one of my uncles died out in California, and California king snake popped up at one of my local pet stores. And I was like, dude, I'm just going to get that thing as like a little memory token.
Mm-hmm.
And got that cow king. A couple weeks later, I got a freaking spotted python. Then I got a freaking Brettles. Then I got a Barons. Then I'm keeping every corn. I'm keeping every rat. Me and my buddies are going down to South Florida. I got freaking Nightingales. I got everything you can catch down there. Basilics, freaking Noah's Ark. I Noah's Ark myself. I just literally filled our whole sunroom at our house. Chameleons, snakes, every kind of lizard, agama, everything. And to the point where it was like, me and my old lady basically had a breakdown because it was shit was getting overrun. I was going broke, and it was just me taking care of animals. So it was like, get a fucking plan or get rid of the animals. And that's when I was like, started listening to all your guys' podcasts, and I was like, dude, my one childhood love was always watching Steve Irwin catch carpet pythons. I was like, let me get into the carpet python game. Yeah, I was like, dude, carpet pythons have always been sick. So I just started diving down the carpet python hole, started talking to more people and just like figuring stuff out. And I was like, dude, IJ carpets, those are calling my name. And then literally that was the start of it. It was just started talking to all the right people, bugging all the big guys, Nick, Steve Katz, freaking all the dudes. Yo, give me your holdbacks. What do you got that's good? I don't want nothing crappy. And I'm not going to lie, I got charged out the ass for a couple snakes, but I was 100% okay with it because I'm cool with paying for what people got, dude. I'm here to go the long
quality
run.
In, quality out, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not going to pay $200 and expect $1,000 snake out of it. I'm gonna fucking pay $1,000 and expect $1,000 snake out of it. So that's kind of how I approached it. I just was like, all right, instead of throwing my money to vet bills and all this random shit, let's like put it in the right direction. And that's just doing that and putting my head down and actually finding the focus. Just turned the game around for me, and that's really what went from Noah's Ark to now I'm here talking to you guys. So
yeah,
yeah, it's that sort of burnout type of deal. It seems to never really just like it doesn't.
You almost need
hit you randomly. Well, yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like it slowly builds and snowballs, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like, what am I doing? What happened?
That's basically what happened.
It's like this is not like one day. I mean, you just wake up and it's like.
I'm like, dude, I got
anymore.
20 different species or plus, and half of them I'm not passionate about it. Just have them just to fucking have them. Just feeding them just to feed them. Just like, then they're getting sick, and I'm like, I'm not just gonna let an animal die. So I was literally working to pay for these animals, and that shit don't fly when your old lady's trying to do your shit right in life. So had to tighten up and get my shit right. And yeah. So far we're doing all right so far. I'm still growing and learning every day though. That's what I tell all my buddies, man. I'm just like, I'm so grateful for all you guys because I learn something new every day. Y'all teach me something new every day, and that's what keeps me hooked, man. It's an addiction.
Well, that's the problem when you talk to a bunch of different people and they're all keeping really cool stuff, and then the Noah's Ark thing just happens to happen again.
Yeah, I have to keep myself on a tight chain right now. It's like,
and I don't think like because there's different types of Noah's Arks because like I would consider myself in like I have a bit of a Noah's Ark right now, but it's also.
I do with corns at the moment.
But it's different. There's different types of Noah's Arks. If you have Noah's Arks where everything has different care requirements, that's a lot more difficult.
That's what I was dealing with.
I have the Noah's Ark that pretty much everything cares the same. Like I have tons of different species in this rack alone behind me, but they all run on the same system. They all run on the same heat. Like they don't have those types of fluctuations. So you're like, yeah, I have a bunch of different types of stuff and pairs and singles and stuff, but it's all locality based. And technically a lot of them are rat snakes. They only consist of three. They only consist of 3 different genuses, but they're all, there's a correlation, but it's still like kind of a Noah's Ark thing. And then like the carpets are obviously a thing in and of themselves, but it's when you get into having things that like,
desert stuff with tropical stuff in the same room and trying to figure out like trying to make that work like thing.
I'm already this summer I'm already doing that. I talked to you about it earlier this year, Jake, when it was still kind of cold out. How I was telling you about this would be my first summer with all these damn monitor enclosures in this building, and I did just recently have to end up getting the AC out here a month ago because as soon as that heat wave came for like the first 2 weeks, I was like, fuck. And it was kind of embarrassing. I had my buddy come over for the first time and shit. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. He probably thinks I don't take care of my shit. It's hot as fuck in here. I'm like, but yeah, dude, literally like right now I'm like fluttering on the edge with a couple of colubrids I got in here, but I just got everything in the right spot and everyone getting the right amount of temperatures they need. And everything's on ambient except for the monitor. So it's kind of it's working out tits right now. So
that's what I'm doing now, man. Especially with it being summer and stuff, it's like
it's so perfect.
I don't need to have all the heat on.
No, gradual temperature rise. I mean, what better can you ask for, really? I mean, You ain't just sitting there
Yeah.
throwing that 88 on them or that 86 on them right away. So
Yeah, and I'm really struggling with I wouldn't say I'm struggling, like it's bad because if I don't like I'm really stingy with like the AC bill and stuff. So I don't like keeping my AC low. But because I have heat on all my racks, I need this room to stay about 78, because everything has back heat, so everything gets up to about 81 to 84, which is fine, but if the AC goes up at all, and then so my room gets up to 80, 81, then it's too hot because they have back heat. And so, like, trying to find that balance of like, okay, do I run ambience for the Colubrids? Because the carpets are fine. The carpets can deal with an 80-degree ambient and an 84 back. Like, I'm cool with that. But it's the Colubrids, they get really antsy when it gets too hot in here. And so, like, I'm kind of struggling, like, do the summer, do I run ambience, and the winter, like, turn on their back heat? Or, like, what am I doing here?
It almost sounds like it would be easier to do the because that's what I was doing. Like, just in that limbo month where we were going in, like, spring out here where it's, like, still cold in the morning, but it was heating up. I'm, like, trying to run individual fixtures on stuff and timers and have my sister-in-law turn shit off. It's just, like, ambient, dude. Fuck that headache.
Yeah, and the Colubrids not nearly as bad like running the ambience. The carpets I don't really want to because you have to be a little too hot. Because if I run the carpets on ambience, then I got to be.
You got to at least hit
those
those 86. That's why I got to position my Colubrids at the right spot and have that AC blowing on them so that I can still let that ambient heat up enough during that. It's like almost perfect how my building is. I'm like under shade until like the last couple hours of the day. So like from like 1 to 5 is when I get all the direct heat on my building. So it'll literally bring it from like 78 to right at that 85, 86 now.
Yeah.
And by the end of the afternoon, and then drops back down. But it's like that 2-hour period where it's hitting 86 and shit. It's like those Colubrids, they're getting pissed off.
Yeah, I didn't have because I kept not the last room I had, but the room before that, I was keeping all my carpets ambient. I kept it at around 84 because I talked to a lot of people about keeping them at ambient, and it was just easier for that room to do ambient. And like they did fine for a long time running at 84, across the board. But back then I only had, I think, 3 Pituophis for Colubrids, and I mean they dealt with it. They're fine at the 84. I think they were a little high strung from it, but I kept them fed and they were okay. But
I think I'm honestly just getting lucky right now because I got South American. Oh yeah, that's one of Nick Mutton's. I don't know, but I'm guessing from because I got 2 clutch mates with that one, and just judging by the other sister, I want to say that one would possibly be possible Xanthic, just because it's a 66% possible Xanthic and granite, and she's got like no color compared to the other one. It's pretty.
She is 66% possible het.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the only reason I'm getting by with my Colubrids is because I got is my BBBs and that Baron. So I mean, they're used to high humidity, and that's South America. It gets hot and shit, and those caves are humid and hot. So it's not like I'm totally killing them.
Yeah.
How have you enjoyed the blues?
Dude, honestly,
are yours super
the Barons?
No, the
Barons
blue
or the
beauties. The beauties.
So the first
Barons
one I got,
too, but...
the first one I got was given to me as a gift, and it was basically a full grown male, and he was like 8 foot when I got him. Yeah, that dude right there, and he's just been a spitfire since day one, dude. He's Mowgli Mean Mug, dude. He's got his own hashtag on his cage just because. You stand in front of his cage and he literally just opens up half of his mouth and hisses at you like a total dick. It's unreal. I love him now. He's cool as shit.
And that was a species that as a kid I was just...
Dude, when I first saw that snake, I was like, is that even a real snake?
That was long before they were like really readily popular like they are sort of now or readily available.
That's the female I
it was
just
like
got.
The coolest thing. Yeah. I love them.
It tripped me out, dude. I didn't even know those things existed. And when I did, I sent a picture to my buddy and he was like, oh my God. And then sure enough, a year and a half later, he sends me a shoebox and there's a 8-foot blue beauty in it. And I was like, bro, I'm eternally grateful for you. Yeah, you could see his mouth in that pic, dude. He's literally just hisses at you. It's awesome. I love it. I gotta have those colubrids though, because the pythons are totally just like the freaking lazy stoners of the snake world. Those colubrids got all the action and the fun.
Yeah.
And how about the Barons? Where did you get your Barons from?
So yeah, dude, that Barons, he's a long story. He was like the run of his litter. I got him from, I forget his last name. He's Swamp Apes on Instagram. His name's Jesse. I forget his last name, but he just had a neighbor. He lives in South Florida, and he had a neighbor that had a wild caught pair for the longest time. And then when his neighbor went to move, he offered him the pair, and he took him over. And then I think he had him for like 2 years, and before he got his first clutch. And then I had like hit him up, was just like, dude, I did not have enough money for one of these Barons, but what can I do? What can you work with me on? And he's like, honestly, I got a runt that I'll sell you for hella cheap. And I was like, dude, whatever I got to do. So I went and got it. And it's been the slowest growing snake, dude. But every time I send him pictures, he's just like, fuck, that thing is so blue. So it's turning out super nice, man. I can't complain. That thing is awesome. And it's so chill. Like people are like, oh, it's your fang. It's scary. Like that thing is so chill. Once you get it out of its enclosure, it's super chill.
Yeah, I mean, mine is not defensive, but definitely like when you pick it up, it's like I'm trying to get away and sort of doing the spazzy.
How old is yours?
Like not even a year.
Okay, yeah, mine was definitely flighty in the first year, and once he kind of like got some confidence and got used to me, it definitely it chilled out. Once it gets like he's like defensive in his enclosure, but once I get him out, he's super chill.
Yeah, and this one like it hasn't since I've had it. I mean, that's been a couple months now. Like, hasn't made any attempt to even try and take a swing at me. Like,
I put them on monitor brain level. Like they learn. Like that thing, he's in touch with shit. That's for sure. Like I don't know how else to put it. Like just monitor level brain. Like they're in tune.
It's just odd because it's like you would think being as fast and sort of like alert and stuff as they are that they'd be kind of like stereotypical with other racers where they're just bitey as shit. And like I handle this one and I don't really worry much about it doing anything. And it seems like that seems to be the case with a lot of them, even the bigger ones. Like they're just not bitey.
I see a lot of IG people posting up their like adults and everything. They'll be holding them like it's a normal king snake or whatever. Even I don't know if you follow Corey Dixon, Sir Hiss or whatever. He's got a couple and he's got a couple bigger adults, and dude, he sends me videos of him all holding his like they're nothing too. So I feel like once they get that size and that realization that hey, that monkey ain't gonna kill me, he's just gonna give me food, we're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, some of the big adults that I've seen, I definitely wouldn't want to take a hit from one. That's for damn sure. I mean, same with any like the really big boiga, you know. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like with the Barons that I got, you know, it just wants to get away. It's almost like having a rough green snake. Like
he's probably still in that flighty stage. Yeah. Is it male?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what mine is too, dude. I'm trying so hard. I was so pissed, dude. Obviously I stay on Morph Market like everyone else, and I got so sick of looking at the same Colubrids for like 6 weeks straight. So I stopped looking at the Colubrids. And then next thing you know, I see a Brian Barczyk video come out where he's talking about he just bought some blue Barons. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I look at the video and he gets them off Morph Market, and I go and I'm like, dude, they're all on hold. Are you kidding me? I'm like, the 2 weeks I don't look at Morph Market is when some real female blue Barons pop up and I miss out. I'm just like, you got to stay on. You got to stay on it every day because that's when it pops up. Yeah.
I don't even know why I bother looking at Morph Market anymore. It ain't like I'm buying anything.
It's fun to look at, man.
Yeah.
Like I have my select list of things where it's like if I have extra funds and I see it, I gotta grab it. But it's mostly corn stuff. And even then, most of the time I'm like, it ain't the last one, whatever, pass. So
I'm just like, I'm so weird about who I buy from nowadays. It's like, I don't.
You kind of
That's
have
why,
to be.
like, I don't. Yeah, and that's why, like, I really try. I don't get on Morph Market much because, like, I know the things I want and I know who I want to get them from, and I'm willing to wait. And I know me. I know me 100%. And I will see something I want on Morph Market and be like,
Screw it.
it's fine. It's fine. I'll just get it, and
I've
then
had to.
then I'll just screw myself somehow, and I'll end up pissed off and
Dude, that's
it won't be worth it. And so it's like I try not to even bother. Sometimes I'll pop on there, but I really I know what I want. I know who I'm gonna get it from. So I just
see
I
me,
wanted that,
it's like select corn morph stuff. Like I have that.
Yeah,
Castagna,
for you that's different. Yeah, 100%.
I have that Castagna Motley from Kasicki, and it's like I would really like to continue to make some Castagnas. There's not a ton of people doing much with Castagna in terms of like the overall like big picture of corns. Like that's just a morph that isn't getting much play. So like, yeah, when I go on there, I'm looking specifically to see what's available in terms of those, and like still looking down the line of like, okay, when I pair this guy next year, if I don't have something, like what do I want to do with him, and like some of the other stuff I'm raising up, and it's just so like I have a mental list, like grocery list of stuff I want to look out for. And Morph Market, like I said, I go on there and it's like almost every time I don't plan on buying anything, but still fun to window shop. And
yeah,
I try to do as best research as I can. I just take everyone's advice. It sucks being a dick and like being awkward, but just bite the bullet off rip, and it definitely makes it better. Just hit them up with, show me the proof. Because now I'm like, dude, I'm hella about the lineage and shit now. So I was just like, that last, I just put a down payment on another chondro. You guys, yeah. Do you guys know San Diego chondros, Jason O'Connell? Do you know not him at all?
I don't know him. I know of him. Like I've
yeah, I asked. I really don't know much of him either. I asked a couple of people about him and read some reviews and everything seems cool. I mean, he was super cool with me and super communicative and sent me all kinds of information and stuff. So he seemed chill. But that one and then that last chondro I bought, I was the same thing. I'm like looking up everyone's pages, looking up his friends, looking up, dude. It's like you have to do that research though, because if you don't, you're probably gonna get that shitty animal in your collection that could be the bomb that goes off. So
yeah.
I'd rather just be that awkward guy that creeps your shit for a couple of days before I send you some money.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why like Daytona is kind of different. Like sometimes I'll splurge at like Daytona. Like last year I definitely did, but like I also only got from like select people that I knew were reputable. You know what I mean? Like I didn't just go buying anything off anybody's table.
I feel like that's better though, because at least you're in person.
Yeah,
and
I
kind of
also had
judge.
Montross deliver a lot of stuff to Daytona. I got like six snakes from him, and he came with them. So like, not all of it was from the show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Justin. I did leave that show with like 12 snakes, but yeah,
I ain't saying anything, dude. I went home with like 6. So
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. It was great.
That was the first time I met you in person, Justin. I don't know if you remember me or not. Rolling up on my knee scooter. I was fresh after the leg
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Did I see you at all?
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know if I remember seeing you there, because I feel like I talked to Phil and Justin, and then I got 2 snakes off Billy while I was
we had a table.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I could only stay so long. I was fucking dying, just standing there hobbling around on one fucking foot and shit. So
yeah, I feel that.
But this year, that's a different story, baby.
That's not the show for the handy capable.
No,
nah, dude. My feet after that weekend, dude, I gotta lay down for like a straight day, man. Like my feet will hurt so bad.
No, I just mean if you're walking around with a moon boot and a knee scooter, like
that's what I mean. Like you walk so
you're
much,
on your own.
Man. Like,
I had an old guy come up to me on like an actual riding scooter and like give me a whole pitch on why I should buy a riding scooter and gave me a business card and everything while I was there. I was like, Bro,
I'm not gonna be
out of this
man.
thing. I'm gonna be out of this thing in a couple of weeks, bro. I ain't getting no fucking scooter, dude. Like, it was just like, I was like, this is going way too far. That's a sign. I need to just walk. Yeah,
Just roll around Daytona. And
I'll Paul Blart
awesome.
it. I'll Paul Blart it around Daytona for sure,
dude.
bro.
That would be sick. Dang, just like roll by, drop some money, grab a snake, like, like I'm out.
Who's this dude?
Yeah, just rolling around,
daddy
dropping cash.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's great.
I gotta get some stuff sold to make sure I have Daytona money.
You need to get some stuff sold so you can get some water snakes.
I just after like Lee Abbott's table, who was right across from us last year, like he always has stuff that I'm like, I should buy this, and then I don't, and then I regret it because he had just some ridiculous like,
dude, that's speckling
coral snow somethings. I don't even remember what they were, but they were like bubblegum pink, and they stayed that color. And I was tempted to get some, and then I was like, "Are you gonna have any, available? Like, if I give you a call, will you have some?" He's like, "I don't know, I don't think so." And that was 100%. I think try and sway me to buy it now, kind of thing. But
yeah, I won't have any. And then you get home, and he's uploading them on Morph Market.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
Dude, his table was off the chain, though. I remember checking out that stuff across from there. I was like, ugh.
The extreme reverse OKT stuff he had was just unbelievable. He had a peppermint mail that I kind of wish I did.
Dude, I thought you were totally gonna buy those things.
It was just the lone mail, and I think he only wanted like 170 for it or something like that. And I was like, I could totally use him because I had that Tessera candy cane from Weisler.
What locale are those waters?
These are the citrus counties that
the ones I want.
That Justin was talking about. They're great, man. They're such good snakes.
Dude, those are pretty, bro.
They're my favorites. They look really nice. It's funny, the male is complete opposite. I have these two females. I just put the one back. This is the bigger one. But the male is a complete psychopath, dude. He darts. Almost
does the swim.
He flails, like crazy. But she's got some really nice reds coming in too.
Yeah, I could see those reds and speckling. Dude, I'm telling you, if you make it down in fall, we definitely need a road cruise to Everglades and hit some berms and water snakes.
Dude, I would love to, man.
I'm not joking. On like the good nights, it average 100 water snakes that you're stopping for on the road. It's not.
I just for whatever reason, I like the water snakes that look like other venomous snakes, like those Sarasotas that Elijah got his hands on that look like death adders. So
the heavy red and black banded ones.
Yeah, like those look like
those are wicked,
eels.
dude.
I want the citrus because they remind me of canteels. Like,
and some of the
water snake.
Some of the ponchatulas, like Chris Montross has some that really look like cottonmouths. Like, it's like wild.
I think you showed me some of the like super dark with like the cream belly.
Yeah,
dude, I've seen some of the water snakes down in the glades. Like, they'll almost mistake as berms, like when you're shining out of the truck, just because the pattern is like not even banded. It's just straight aberration down the whole thing. And I've even like been like, dude, look at this thing. Like, does that look like a normal water snake to you? And they're just like, no, that definitely does not look like a normal. And they could be crosses because there's a million different water snakes down there. So I don't know if it's a cross. I don't know if they do that. I'll be honest with you. I'm not that deep into water snakes, but I know there's the red, the green phases, and every other phase down there. Freaking.
Oh yeah, dude, down in South Florida, I couldn't even tell you what's down there. I know around here we get red bellies and we get bandids.
We do have nice bandids here.
Dude, the difference in bandids is it's insane.
Crazy.
I posted a picture together of some bandits. It was a while ago, but I posted a picture two pictures in the same post of two bandits that I found in like literally the same mile of road. And I mean, like one is like
different.
One's black with like these thin red bands coming up the side, and the other one's just like this copper red with that like more saddle-y looking pattern. And it's just
saddle-y.
It's crazy, man.
Dude, that's Highway 41, bro. I'm telling you, dude. I hit that thing from Naples to Miami, and that's what it is. You stop every half a quarter mile, and it's a different looking water snake, dude. It's sick.
I'd have a heyday.
How far are you from Phil? If Phil's in like Brevard / Boca.
Phil's still he's a good ride for me. He's like 3.5 hours.
Which coast are you on?
I'm closer to Billy. I'm only like 45 minutes to an hour north of Billy.
Yeah, he's not far from Tampa.
Yeah.
Florida at this point is a lot like Texas for me. It's like,
it's
aside
weird,
from like
dude.
Southwest Texas, I'm
Florida's
unfamiliar with
just
pretty much
long.
anywhere. Like
It's
as far as
long.
I can tell, Houston is at like the top of the state somewhere, and Austin's like right in the middle. I don't know.
Yeah, Florida's weird, but honestly, I'm like perfect where I'm at because I can like hit a perfect U around the bottom of the state, come back up, and just shoot straight back over. So
you can go like across Florida in a very short amount of time. You can't go through Florida fast. Like
I can get across Florida in under 2 hours.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. Like especially where you are. When you get a little bit more upstate, it gets that long.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm riding the skinny point. So
no,
I'm riding a little bottle.
Yeah, the area is great, man. I got a one of my best friends lives in Ocala, and I used to go stay with him in Ocala and then go hit the Daytona show because it was like an hour and a half out. And he's like 2 hours. I think, what is it, like 2 hours from Tampa? I think Ocala.
Yeah, it's Ocala.
There's like
I think I can get to like an hour and a half, hour and 20 or so.
Yeah,
I drive fast. I don't know what the actual time is.
I just love Florida, man. God, I love Florida so much.
Dude, I love it, but I hate the shit that's going on, bro. It makes me want to move, bro. They're freaking building on everything, sanctuary and national protected land, and every pond and spring, bro. It don't matter,
dude. I'm a stormwater inspector for Beaufort.
Right into a storm.
So I inspect a lot of residential houses, and dude, by myself right now, I am managing 260 residential houses. Like, and that's on top of like 3 to 4 commercial sites that I have. A school doing revamping their building and all this stuff, dude. It's insane. And I'm one of 3 inspectors. Another guy
that's a lot of
has
work,
2.
bro.
I think I got the total the other day, and it was like 700 and something inspections we had total. Like, those are houses being built currently.
Yeah,
like that's nuts,
dude. It's honestly ridiculous how much land is being bought up and developed on around out here. Like, all the stuff I grew up as out here, it's all houses and Publix and shopping centers, bro. It's disgusting.
Dollar Generals.
It's so disgusting, bro.
It's terrible, man.
They build the Dollar Generals all in retention ponds. It's freaking, it blows my mind. They fill in a retention pond and put a Dollar General on it. It's like,
it actually doesn't sound that surprising.
What's the plan out here? Like, what the fuck?
Even if it sinks into the ground, they'll still be open.
Yeah, that's why I just put on my story the other day, dude. Once this place is full of sinkholes and underwater and inhabitable, that's when everyone will realize that, hey, we're fucked.
We should have stayed in Ohio.
We should have stayed. Yeah, we should have, dude. As soon as my old lady's ready to move, I'm getting the hell out of here. That's all I can say, man.
Come our way, man. South Carolina.
Dude, I got so many people calling my name. I tell everyone I'm ready to move. They're like, come here. I'm like, dude, I'm a traveler. I'm a nomad, bro. I'll go everywhere, bro.
Dude, if you come to like the southeast part of South Carolina, man, it's like our own little piece of Florida. It's great.
Dude, honestly, I wouldn't mind that area. I like the Tennessee and North Georgia area a lot.
Yeah.
That freaking my buddy Zach, and they live out in South Carolina, North Carolina area, and that's so nice, man. He's trying to get me to move out there. He's like, move out here. We'll open a Superium and a bar. I'm like, don't tell me with a good time.
Yeah. Justin and I have talked about the Serpentarium idea a little bit.
Everyone's got their own Serpentarium.
Yeah.
But now I work for the mayor, and so now I can put the book in his ear and be like, hey, I know the city council is probably not going to go for this, but because of the judicial system and how you can override all those scrubs, here's let me pitch you an idea.
Get scrubs.
Hear me out.
The list out here.
Yeah, hear me out. Do you like tourist dollars? Me too.
Yeah.
Guess what? I got an idea. Roll with me on this.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, all he'd have to do is hire me and you, and we'll run the whole spiel.
You get custom kazoos made and everything.
Dude, we can get volunteers out the ass too. It'd be free labor.
Kids. I mean, look at all the people they got lured into nerd for 15 years at a time. Poor guys.
Poor
Must be doing
guy.
something right.
I'll stop talking.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that at that.
Do you either of you have plans? Like, are you looking for anything in particular at Daytona this year? Like, are you waiting for Daytona to roll around for you to
Female
grab
Blue
something?
Barons. Female Blue Barons. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, no,
There
I'm
were some
not.
Barons last year. There was like one pair.
Yeah, I saw them and they were like $1,200 a piece, and I was like, "You can go
Were
ahead
they
and
really?
keep those." Yeah, well, at least the one I saw was $1,200, and I was like, "You can go ahead and keep that thing."
Ooh.
There was
Oh,
one
buddy.
Rhino Rat. I remember that, and that Rhino Rat was like 600.
Yeah, honestly, unless
that's wild.
unless Billy or someone else throws some sick looking carpets or IJ's up, I really just need a female Blue Barons, and I really need a female Nova from Billy. So hopefully he's got that up for grabs this year.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm sure Montross is going to deliver me something at Daytona because he usually does. He has the last 2 years in a row.
The funny thing about
but-
Montross at Daytona, whenever we do that, is like the whole thing happens within like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he just
We're
like
we're like
appears, we
Montross.
talk, and
Yep,
then he's
he
gone.
He's a
just, like,
professional dealer. Okay?
He just
Yeah,
swoops in, drops off the package, and then disappears just as mysteriously as he arrived.
He's a backdoor man.
He's everybody's favorite Colubrid dealer, man. I mean, that's how
But he
he
moves quick. He keeps a low profile. He's got his backpack. He's
Yeah.
just like, "What's up, man? Here you go."
What's
Cool.
his history?
You know, and then just, like,
No,
if
man,
I were
actually-
a cop and I saw this, I'd probably be a little suspicious.
Yeah.
No, I
And then you
actually
just
caught
realize
it.
it's a bunch of nerds trading snakes.
Yeah, that's all it is. I actually caught him during the show, and I followed him around for like.
He was actually in there. I don't
45
remember seeing him.
minutes. Oh yeah, dude! I grabbed him. And I was like, "Yeah, got him now."
It's like the golden snitch.
Follow him around and pick his brain for 45 minutes.
The golden snitch, like Quidditch.
Yeah.
You catch Montross at the show, you win something.
You
I don't
win.
know.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I went to his house. Okay, like, yeah, I really won. I gotta check out his actual
Are
collection.
you guys
That
all
was-
going to
that
the
was
shindig
great.
at Billy's after Daytona or what?
There's a shindig at Billy's after Daytona.
I don't know. That's what
Oh.
That's what Brendan tells me. Brendan tells me the Geoff and the Kendra, and everyone's going to Billy's.
Brenda doesn't know what he's talking about.
Brenda doesn't know what he's talking about.
God damn, Brenda.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh,
I heard nothing. We gotta figure out. We just figured out how we're doing because, dude, we still gotta figure out if we're gonna try and get up Thursday. We gotta figure out a day to stay because
Yeah,
we're
I don't
crashing.
know. I need to talk to work tomorrow probably about that and figure out
Yeah.
time.
Well, I mean, if you can't go till Friday, then it'll work out anyway. So it's whatever. It's just nicer to get up there Thursday, have that extra day
have
to
that
just
extra-
kind of lay low. But if we get up Friday, we can go early and dick around until.
Yeah, dude, we'll hit the road at 3 a.m.
I mean,
Be there by
Realistically, we could
be there by
leave-
what? 9? No.
if
not
we
even.
left, dude,
Hell
if we
no.
left at 3 a.m., we'd be there by
like 7 or 8.
6:30. No, we'd be there at 6:30. It's only a 3.5 hour drive.
That's right.
Yeah,
No traffic. 100 mile an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, no. I mean, we could leave at like 7, and that would be a good time. 7 or 6, and we would get there, nice and early, and we could hit the beach and chill for a while until Ben gets around. Shout out to Ben. He's letting us crash with him.
Oh, is that happening?
Ben Frame. Yeah, I told you last week, dude. Come on.
You mentioned that you were going to talk to him about it, but we did.
Yeah, and
never
I
got a
talked to
concrete
him right
answer.
then and there, and I said, "Yeah, dude, we're good."
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Commence the brotherly fight.
He never.
I'm sorry. I was.
You
I
don't
don't.
pay attention to me. I mean,
I think I was
You
busy
never
filming
listen.
the YouTube videos.
Never listen. You guys gonna? I haven't been to one yet, but are y'all gonna go to the U.S. Arc auction and everything afterwards?
I don't
We've
know.
done. I've popped in for a few minutes here and there, like the last 2 years, and it's like, it's.
I just
cool,
hear everyone
but
talk about it.
I'd rather be outside smoking a cigar.
Yeah, I just
Heard
kind
that.
of like, I don't know, man. After
I'm not
the
bidding
show,
on
I just
anything,
kinda-
so-
yeah, and that's the thing. I usually don't have money to actually bid on stuff, and
I
it's
don't
just
have
so,
10 grand to buy.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
buy a
Kleenex.
$3,500 bottle of Jack Daniels.
Yeah, no, and I'll be honest. Like at that point, like me, like I'm not big on like crowds for like long periods of time. So like by the time Daytona like Saturday's over, I'm like, all right, need to go like have
Peace.
my space for a while because dude, that auction is wild. Like that, there's so many people and it's so crowded. I'm just like, yeah, I can't.
That's pretty much
It's
my
too
MO at
much.
Daytona now. Is like if I'm not in the show, I'm on the back porch area in the little what we've dubbed the Snakes and Stogies Pavilion, smoking.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
where those
have
are the
to-
two places you can find me.
Yeah.
Either that or in bed.
I'll have to
Yeah.
join the pavilion this year.
Oh yeah, dude, the pavilion's great. Last year was my first year at the pavilion because when I was going, because I didn't go the year that it was like established. Because I was going like before it was cool and everybody and their mother were making a party out of it. I went for 2 years and didn't know anybody.
Before the clout was real.
Yeah, like before it was cool, you know. Like I was going and I met Billy and Casey Cannon there, and like we weren't like nobody was like really friends, you know. I
Yeah.
basically forced Billy to be my friend.
Yeah, that's how I
And,
feel too. Shit.
Yeah, that's how it kind of like everybody started. I was like, hey, we all like this stuff. Let's do this and let's talk. And
then
let's
it turns into
be friends.
Billy Hunt sneakily getting you hammered.
Yeah, Billy Hunt will get you very drunk. That's not good.
He's like, hey, you want a ginger ale
and
and what does he get?
Ginger and Jameson? Don't tell me that's what it is.
Oh,
my God, me and him are going to be best friends.
But,
Dude,
but here's the thing. He makes you a drink, and then it's literally Jameson with a splash of ginger ale.
Dude,
how we're talking about a
and
big-ass
it's funny.
cup.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he'll just come up and be like, hey, man, you need a top off.
You
And
need
he'll
it.
just be
There
doing it.
you
And you're like, nah, dude, I'm fine. You're like, dude. He's just like, dude, it's fine. Come on. You just need a little bit more. And you're just like, all right. You know, he's so nonchalant.
But he's
about
already
it.
poured it, so it's not like
He
you can
likes
just
to
dump
have
it.
fun. He just plays it low key.
The drink is
and
95%
that's the thing,
liquor.
Billy, dude. If there's one word I could use to describe Billy, it would be low key.
Low key.
Like, dude, he's
so
just
low-key.
calm. He's calm, cool, collected, low key
all the time, dude.
He's
cucumber,
all the time.
bro.
He's one of my favorite people on the face of the fucking planet, dude. I love that guy.
Motherfucker's a pickle.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know who he was, bro. He literally was messaging me on IG one day, and then I started hearing people talk about him. I was like, yo, this fucking cat that talks to me about my snakes. What the fuck? Holy shit, I need to fucking pay way more attention.
Nah, man.
He's so chill, bro. He's the most humble dude you can talk to.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He gives you a drink, and you can't pour it out because 95% of it is liquor.
And you don't
and
do
you feel
that.
like an asshole if you waste it. And I think he knows that you're going to drink it and not just ditch it.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I was going to mention earlier when we were talking about your pop wins, but I think I got a clutchmate to your M-Pen GQ. Yours is a Euro Cross too, right? 2019
Euro Cross,
the 2019 clutch.
Yeah.
I got a brother.
Nice,
Fucking straight burner, bro. He's so bright, bro.
Orange, man. He's
so bright.
He's wild. Yeah, mine's
the contrast.
He's starting to muddy up a little bit. He's getting a lot of like darker, like I don't know. He's getting a lot of blacks kind of coming in, but it's a very unique snake. It's just this weird burnt orange with like this like almost a bone white undertone.
The white
with like black popping through, and it's just a weird snake, man. Yeah,
it's definitely a wicked one, bro.
Yeah,
I look at it
cool.
I'm just like, fuck. I what do I put you to?
Yeah.
That is kind of the nice thing though about getting younger snakes is like you have the time to sort of really think about what you want to do with it down the road.
Honestly, that's been my best thing is just
like
getting the baby and learning the process.
Yeah.
Like not feeling a rush to figure out what to do with something, but like you have a lot of time, like years to sit and think, and get other stuff too. But
and
like,
dude, that's what I'm trying to figure out with that one. I know I kind of talked about her a little bit on that video, but I have this one IJ, and I'm remembering now she's a Leary M-Pen. And it's that kind of greenish looking one I was telling you about, Justin, dude. That thing, like, I don't, because my original plan, because I got that one from Billy, and he's a M-Pen GQ, and then this one's an M-Pen Leary, and I'm like, M-Pen could be a good pairing, but like, dude, they're nothing alike. And it's like, but I don't have another carpet like her.
Yeah, I tell myself that when I'm like comparing things, but then it's like, think about the clutch. I got to tell myself big picture because it's like that's one of those babies out of that clutch who knows what those genetics do. You throw that thing with M-Pen, you might be a little bit different, but yeah, you still get those green boys, and you might get some stupid fire orange ones.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know, man. Like, I want something to like get this green hue because, dude, I keep thinking she's gonna lose it, but I swear to God, with every shed, she just starts to get this more green. And I like to say a hue because that's
It
what it
is.
is.
It's
It's
odd.
just like
it's
this.
weird.
Yeah.
She's
My
so
Brettles
weird,
and the
dude.
Nova have that same thing.
I've seen some Brettles that have that sort of same thing going
Dude,
on.
my Brettles
Right.
almost looks fucking green on its lower half. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
Nova Guinea pictures don't do shit. But when I took it out this morning, after it bit me 17 and a half times, thank you, Billy Hunt. It was looking
Blood
so
sacrifice
green.
brought to you
Yeah,
by Billy Hunt.
I was like, dude, this thing looks so green. Take a picture. Tan and black. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Whatever.
you have to see it in person, man, because it's like she's my most unique looking carpet by like a long shot, you know. And it's like
Do you have anything with purple
know.
tinge?
I have a big farm bred male that actually came from Billy. When he's fired up, he's got some nice purples going on,
Like
and
amberish
and that's
in the black, though?
Yeah, he's really dark, and he's got some nice oranges. When he fires up, he gets some of the purples. But like this girl, like her, so the M-Pen dad was one of the most purple snakes I've ever seen in my life, and I think that's where she got it, and I think that's why she turned kind of green because the dad was very light and purpley when he was fired up, and the mom was much more on the orange side. So I think it created this green looking snake, man. And it's like I don't know what to do with her. You know, I feel like I could throw her to anything, and it's gonna be different. You know, I feel like she's gonna throw those fiery oranges, but she could also throw these weird greeny purples, and it's like I just think I want to take this green somewhere with her, but I don't know what to do, you know. And I'm gonna have to find something and keep all the babies and see how they turn out. You know?
That's what you gotta do. You just gotta plan ahead, keep all the babies and plan ahead. I don't know what I'm gonna do, dude. I got the one it's a F1 from Steven Katz, and I put pictures up, and it makes me feel stupid because this thing it's smoky chalk gray or charcoal gray and just so purpley like purple toned. I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like amber purple. It's like straight up lavender. Gray, like lavender gray purple. Like to find another, like I'm probably going to put her with the darkest male I got just to hopefully accent that. But I don't have any other snake with that like straight up purple. Like it's just, there's no other, it's just purple.
Yeah, no, dude, it's wild. And a lot of them, it's funny because a lot of the babies I produced in 2020, like especially that little twin I was talking about, she has that same like ashy purple like color to her, and it's so weird how some of them display it, you know, at certain times too. Like I have lots of snakes that show it, but you have to catch it. You know what I mean? Like it's there, but like it's not always there. You know,
dude, they're
like
the chameleons of snakes, bro.
Yeah, dude, they're
straight up.
They're crazy.
It is one of my big regrets is getting rid of that M-Pen pair of IJs I had years
dude,
ago.
What the hell?
I remember you showing me those,
this.
man. I was like, bro,
what? I can find the picture.
Man.
Unreal, dude. These things were some of the nicest poppins I've ever seen, and it was like,
what'd you get rid of them for?
That was actually when I took like a year off from keeping stuff outside of spiders. And I was pretty burnt and just got rid of pretty much everything except a couple of tarantulas and
like that, man.
I actually have a lot of M-Pen blood now because the female that dropped for me last year, actually, she's an M-Pen poster child.
Oh, no shit, poster child blood, huh?
Yeah, dude. And I love, and honestly, poster child's probably the nicest popwin I've ever, like, in my opinion, that I've seen. Like, it's woo, you know. So like having this girl, she's like kind of like, let's see what I can do with this, you know. Like oh my god, she's amazing. And so she's gonna be incorporated with a lot of projects, including this trade that I'm going to do on Sunday. He's giving me a carpet. He's an adult male. He's undocumented, but he looks like that classic wild caught. I'm not going to call him a wild caught, obviously. You know, he's going to be undocumented IJ, but he's got that classic, like, wild caught yellow carpet look. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
You've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
those. They have
100%.
there's certain ones that like have this specific look. They almost have
It's
no
like
black on
it's
them.
like oh, okay. I was gonna say I
Yeah.
got one wild caught one that or farm bred, but it's like the whole undertone and base color is like yellow, and then like the pattern and everything is like blacks and grays with like light browns that would almost be
Yeah.
grays. So it's like a
No.
yellow and black almost, but then that belly still has that orange little flame there. But
Right. But you
I
have you
think I know what
seen
you're
the ones
talking
that
about.
almost have like a no black look to it? Like it's kind
Yeah,
of
where
all
it's
around. It's that
straight
same
color all the
undertone.
way up. Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
that's what he's
The
like, and I'm
um
like, oh, buddy,
I,
like he
it
could
was
make a
probably
really good pairing.
I think it was an M Pen Blood or something like that, but
Hmm.
on NPR they just put up one of those pictures. Dude, thing almost looked like I don't even. It looked like a fucking sunset, dude. That thing had like just a little pinstripe of pattern and just like
Yeah,
you're saying, orange all the way up to the top, and like the
yeah,
head stamp was like almost nothing. It had like that nothing head stamp, and it was just
right.
those things are trippy, bro.
And I'm really trying. Like, it's funny. Like, I love my black stuff, but I lost a female that was gonna be like my main project for the black stuff because she was a farm bred. I have the perfect farm bred male for a dark project, so like I lost her, and that kind of really shot that down like tremendously because I was super excited about that. I'm still doing a dark project, but the female I have is undocumented, but she's super nice. I'm going to make some really cool babies, you know, but it's not going to be as meaningful for me. So like I am like kind of shifting more towards because a lot of people, it seems like with poplins, people go black, people go orange, but you don't see a lot of the like the more yellow
Bro,
stuff.
there's so much.
So
Dude, I got so many plans. I'm
yeah,
just like, hey, keep your
it's
plans. Keep
yeah,
your
there's
orange. Keep your black. Keep your plans. Come see
yeah,
me in 8 years.
Don't change.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
change.
no,
Don't
yeah,
change. Come see me in 8 years. I'm gonna have
yeah.
something for you.
Oh yeah, those yellows, man. That's really what I'm gonna start moving towards with this M Pen poster child I have. She's got these such nice yellow undertones, man, and
Depending
so
on what
that's
that
gonna be kind of the main project moving forward is like this light pattern and super yellow. So we're gonna see what can happen.
if that farm hatch female throws anything super yellow like that, I'll have to maybe make a trade with you or something when
Yeah,
that
I'm
comes
telling you,
out.
yeah, man, I'd be totally down. I'm trying to get anything that I can to make that shit pop, man. Because she's got the blood, dude. The variation in the clutch that I got was just, I mean, it was out of this world. The amount of difference I got, you know, the babies I have come from like I think they have 6 different lineages in them
Oh yeah,
now with them, and they're just, I mean, they're insane, you know. So whenever I pair her to this, you know, other more yellow male I've got coming, dude, it's gonna be wild. I'm really excited to pair them up, and I really think it's gonna be a new level for these carpets if they go.
that's what I'm
So
talking about. We'll
I'm
definitely
super stoked.
we'll be in cahoots.
Oh yeah, man. The Poplin guys gotta stick together, man.
That's what I'm like.
We all just need to like
I don't
move
want to
stuff
sell
within each
any of my
other.
shit. I'll
Like,
just trade you guys. You take what you need,
yeah,
and I'll take what I need, and
yeah, no,
we'll call it even. Dude,
yeah, no. It's
Justin, real talk, bro. What's up with the chondros, man? I've been so mesmerized, addicted, and in love with those things without having them since I was a kid. Since I used to read the damn Verdi book. I don't know if you guys remember that book at all.
Yeah, I got my daughter has that book. I
Yeah,
went out of
it's
my way and got it for her.
me and my mom used to
I'll be
read that
back.
when I was a kid, and when I told her, she found out I got this green tree, and I was like, I just had to have that nostalgia and everything, and she was
Mhm.
like, "I'm so happy for you." I'm like, dude, I had to have it, but yeah, dude, I finally was just like, all right, I've done 2 years of research. Everyone I ask about these says I'm ready for it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, but I was just kind of waiting for that right U.S. captive born and bred to pop up for the right price, and Mauricio hooked it up, man. I don't know if you saw those
Yeah.
when they were up, but
I
dude,
did.
super cool dude, man. He
It
was
was a
so
really
nice.
clutch.
He's so cool, dude. He hooked me up, man. He's been awesome all the way through the process too. So I can't complain one bit. He's super chill.
I'm hunting. I'm having to dig through like 10 years of pictures to find these poplins.
Oh, looking for the M pens?
Yeah.
Yes. What's your chondro count?
What am I at now? I'm at like 9 or 10.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
Hell yeah.
unfortunately, anything that's old enough to breed is a male. So
that's what I'm worried about. That's why I'm kind of just going to try to play my game and just keep getting them in until I know what I got. Like, it's kind of a numbers game until you know what you got, I guess.
Yeah, and I've had some stuff lately that was like supposed to be that I was sure was female, and now it's a male. And vice
Sold
versa.
you as female, you're saying?
No, like just stuff that I was, because I don't sex my chondros. It's
Go
just
by
one of those
shed.
things where it's like, eventually, if they're a boy, they're a boy. If not, whatever. Like I like having them, so I don't really care. But I had some that like behaviorally, I was like, okay, that one seems like it's gonna be a female. Just body structure and like I said, behavior. Like, and I was wrong on two of them. One of them that I thought was a male is actually a female. One of them I thought was a female is actually a male. So it's whatever. Like I have a ton of males, so I'm okay if
Yeah.
As long as
if she doesn't like one of
cool.
them, you got a couple more to give.
That's right.
That's cool though. Yeah, man. I'm finally taking my plunge, so we'll see. It's just a costly plunge when you want to do it the right way.
Yeah, I forgot, Skylar. You're a trader. I don't want to do any business with you on pop plants.
I forgot you're a chondro hater, huh? I'm gonna pull a Gary. I'm gonna pull a Gary on you and make a carpondro.
Oh God, ew! Just don't do it with a poplin. I mean,
damn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking shit.
Oh man,
nah, dude, I wouldn't risk my pop into a chondro. I'd do my Brettles.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Have the whole world come after me.
Oh yeah, that would be insane. Shit. I bet you can do it though. You cool Brettles down enough and make them nice and good.
Dude, I got a perfect picture of my Brettles perched up like a chondro too. God damn, that color's sexy as hell. Dude.
And Justin, it's actually now that I'm looking at that, you can really see the similarity and pattern in some of the color and like that one girl that I had.
Because you see the purple and the gray in that.
Yeah, and you can see the green that's popping out in the middle of her. Like that's what my snake looks like to a T, just not as much purple.
Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about, dude. Because that's like on the Brettles where it goes straight to that black and yellow pattern. Bro, that's where that thing is straight up just green. It looks like your damn logo.
Oh,
sheesh. Man, I wish I was connected with you when you went through that stage because I probably would have paid you double for those fucking snakes.
Dude, I sold because I was just at a point where I was like, I just need things gone. I sold everything for
like next to nothing.
Yeah. But that's how people get their start, dude. I mean, half of my shit that I got is like, well, at least throughout the process, I got for like some deals or people getting rid of stuff. So it's kind of you might have started someone else's collection by doing that. So
I don't know. I haven't seen the guy since. So who knows?
Well, fuck that dude. Let's go hunt him down.
I can only assume like most of that stuff is probably no longer around.
Yeah.
But who knows? Because that group also had the first Bairds I ever owned.
Yeah, dude, what's up with you giving some bears for some corns? That's all Brennan keeps talking about.
Yeah, we haven't had time to like figure it out with the job change and stuff. Like I'm gonna send him some. He has some a pair of Sunkiss that I want.
I thought you were Bears man though.
I am. I got plenty. So that's the thing. Is like
how many do you have?
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
A lot. He has a lot of Beards.
Okay. I don't know if it was like 10
I don't have
15
as many as I had before, but
you got room to work.
I got rid of some, and by some I mean like maybe 2 pairs, and it was mostly just because I have the Loma Altas, I have the Mexican stuff, I have some other grow outs. Like I didn't need them. Like I wanted to sort of focus things down a bit. And I mean, I've got 10 Baird's eggs in the incubator right now. So it was also like one of those things. Like anytime I contemplate selling stuff, it's one of those things where it's like, can I just make more of it? Yes. Okay, cool. Then I don't necessarily need these. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. Strategic plan.
Yeah. And I mean, I plan on holding on to a lot of the Loma Altas, if not all of them, for as long as I can. But it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, next year I'll make more. Like I don't have to freaking hoard all of them, you know?
Yeah. I'm not good with my localities with those, but the ones you post pictures where the freaking underbelly skin is just straight lava, bro. That's the Loma Alta.
Loma Altas,
bro.
Of course, those are the ones
I'll
that
be
people
down.
message
I'll
me
be
about
down
the
with
most.
the Bairds if I can have some of those, bro. Those are fucking.
It's just
sick.
so frustrating. Like it's not from a lack of people trying. They just have small clutches, and so it's like you're like looking at
it's limited.
You can't flood the market like
once
Brittles
a
in 2
year.
years.
Yeah, you know they're not having clutches of like 30. Like we're talking about, even their big clutches, like 12 is on the big side.
And everyone that's producing them is going to want to hold back their good stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing too. Is there's so much like chondros in that aspect of like you can't just pick out what's going to be cool like straight out the egg. Like it's going to take time.
No, dude, especially those
Lomas,
Lomas, man. You gotta grow those out.
I figure with the Lomas, I'll at least hold on to 2.2. If I end up getting a ratio where I have 2.2 in there, like I'll definitely hold on to that and raise those up. And then if things end up changing down the line, or I ended up just not needing another pair, then I'll just hold on to 1.1. I don't know yet. I'm not counting my eggs before they hatch, but I'm not counting my snakes before they hatch. I had the eggs. I've counted the eggs. I've got plenty of those.
Yeah.
But
see, Justin, I like the dynamic you and I have with the rat snakes. I feel like you like the Texas stuff a little bit more, those deserty things. And then I've got all like the southeastern stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it's one-stop shop between you and me, man.
Good variety. You got to live vicariously through your boys.
Yeah, that's why it's like it's always been cool, like the stuff Justin and I keep, because it's always been similar but never like the same.
Yeah,
you know, like he's into the chondros, I'm into the carpets, he's into like the more deserty rat snakes, I'm into the more, you know, tropical rat snakes.
Shit.
Yeah, you know, it is just, I don't know, it's always been just the dynamic we have has always been cool. It's like similar but different, you know.
Take me back to Texas.
Bro,
I would love to go herp in Texas again, man.
I'm so jealous that Phil is out in Arizona right now with Nipper.
I was about to say, Phil's in Arizona right now.
Yeah.
The whole NPR game and Nipper and everyone.
Burke and Zoolander and Nipper and
I've been
think
seeing
Dustin
the stories.
Was with them. Dustin linked up with them.
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah, dude, lucky bastard.
Man.
I mean, Nipper's in the States. I hope he comes to this side of the country, but
yeah, that would be awesome. I don't see it happening if he's all the way in Arizona right now, but
I don't know. If you're making a trip out of the States, man, I'm sure you're probably making it worthwhile. Like I would at least.
I hope so. He can come crash with me if he needs to. I got a house.
I'll save you money, bro.
Yeah, I got a whole house with a big old sectional couch. Come on, Bubba.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right.
So I actually have a picture of the day that I called them Erie and Jives, which is funny.
The IJs.
I
know. I don't remember what year it was.
I'm calling them Popwins, and everyone's like IJs. I'm like, fuck,
nah,
man. I call them Popwins. I try to throw the IJ in there every once in a while.
I feel it out.
Steven's always telling me to call them IJs. He's like, they're IJs. I'm an IJ man. Call them IJs. I'm like, the first thing that was planted in my brain from Nick was they're not IJs. Now you want me to erase that shit?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, man. Like for me, I kind of feel it out. If somebody calls them IJs, I'll call them IJs. You know, if somebody I call them Poplins. If you ask me, I call them Poplins or West Poplin carpet pythons. Like that. Yeah. That's just what I call them. But if I'm talking to somebody on the gram and they call them IJs, and I'll call them IJs. You know, do I think it's geographically correct? No. But you know, I'll call them that because
we still call
forever,
half of these localities of these endo species from like airports and ridiculous little cities that have no snakes and shit. So that just adds to the list.
I got those.
It is what it is.
2011.
Damn.
Well, the M-Pens?
Those, yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
That means they're full blown now, boy. I think my oldest girl in here is a 2012, and she's 6 foot. She's massive.
Yeah, dude. The biggest one I got to they're 2017s, but the male was originally grown up as a female, and the female was originally grown up as a male. So the male is freaking massive, dude.
It was.
Yeah, that switched around. about a
No,
year
man.
ago.
If you feed Poplins, man, they'll get
They'll
up
grow.
there.
They'll
And
grow.
I really think it's genetics. I talked about it a little bit in the video, I think, but a
Yours
lot
was
of it.
super long, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
mine
huge.
is not anywhere near that long. It's got
And
some
that
girth,
wasn't
but yours
even
is
my biggest
long.
one, dude. That wasn't my biggest girl. The one I pulled
That's
out.
like that's like coastal shit, right?
Yeah, no, she's huge. She's that was the girl I pulled out was the NPen poster child. She's huge, but
That thing
she's
is
not even
rad.
my biggest. The other one I consider her undocumented. Yeah, I don't really know. She was sold to me as a Leary, but she doesn't look anything like a Leary to me, and I didn't have any. She didn't give me any documentation to back it up, so I just call her undocumented. But dude, she's massive. She's a little longer, I think, than the girl I pulled out, or they're right at the same length, but she's way like girthier. You know, she's wild. She's thick.
Oh,
I try not to feed her too much. I mean, to me, she's fat, you know, but
dude, they hold
she's
weight
so big.
too. They hold weight.
Yeah.
As soon as I found out that male or that female was male, I was like, cut them off food, and no weight was lost for like 5 months. I was like, holy shit.
They'll be pissed. They'll be pissed at you that you're not giving them what they want. But
yeah, I was
they
like, dude,
won't.
I'm giving you one meal for like 2 months. Like, you need a break. Like, fuck.
Yeah, dude, they're crazy, man. They don't drop, and that's like why with adults, that's why it's so easy to get carpets fat. You know, like babies. You know, I'm all for it. If you want to feed babies once a week, go for it. I don't feed my babies once a week. I still go every 2 weeks. But yeah, as babies, go ahead, feed them a little heavier if you want to. You know, I don't do it. But like, dude, once they hit that adult size, you need to cut back like severely. In my opinion, carpets are one of the easiest snakes to get overweight in the industry.
They hold that
Period.
weight, dude.
You know, because they act. You know, they're basically Australian, Indonesian colubrids.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. They act just like rat snakes. You know, so like, I think a lot of people who keep them.
I nodded my head before you were going to say Colubrids. I heard you say Indonesian, and I was like, yeah. And then you said Colubrids. I was like, I'm nodding to something I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. But
No, I'm not
Indo-Colubrids are like
saying
Indo-Colubrids.
No. I'm not saying they're basically Australia's version of rat snakes. Okay, I mean, come on.
No, I agree with
but
you.
like, that's the thing.
They're
Australia's
version of rat snakes.
100%.
They're such an active snake. I think that like people who just keep them kind of like as pets nonchalantly, they see how active they are, and they're like, oh, they're hungry.
It's hungry.
You know, like my dad. Anytime my dad came and saw my snakes, they're like, is she hungry? Do you need to feed her? I'm like, I fed her 2 days ago. Yeah. So no, I don't. You know, he's like, well, maybe you need to feed her more. I'm like, no, I don't, you know. So I think people who don't like really know carpets will overfeed because of how active they are and how they act. But my God, they will get so fat.
They're opportunistic, so they're gonna eat when they want.
They're gonna eat anytime you offer them food, they will eat. You can offer them a rat every other day, and they would probably eat it.
100.
They will probably die.
I could promise you they'll do it for 3 days in a row, because as soon as I found out that male was female, I gave it 3 mediums in a row, and it took them fucking like it was nothing. I was like, okay, well, fucking there you go.
They're nuts, man. You know, like but that's the thing, is they're not colubrids. You can feed colubrids like that, and they're great. You need to feed colubrids like that. Yeah. Smaller meals, obviously, but like carpets, man, you gotta keep them back.
I didn't feed that snake for like a month and a half after I gave it those 3 medium rats. It like went in the shed and shit bigger than my dog afterwards. So
yeah. No, dude, my biggest carpet shit bigger than my dog. It's crazy.
It impresses me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Justin,
they'll drop one that fogs up the entire cage, and you're like,
dude, when there's humidity on the glass around that thing, you're like, yo.
Oh yeah,
that
nice,
was serious.
Okay.
Yeah, that was serious. Now, hey, Justin, what's your comparison, since you have both? Because like I'm on the fence. I got the Barons, and then half of my buddies all got the Rhinos. What's your take, since you got both?
I'm gonna make a video at some point, but I gotta be team Rhinos, man.
He's always Rhinos.
You got too many of them, so you almost have to.
That's part of the problem. Is I am biased. You know, I can't even deny it.
I see when like
I like the Rhinos, man. Like they're so cool, and over time that may, I mean, I don't see it changing, but over time, like the more time I get with the Barons and stuff, the You know, my opinion may change, but as far as I'm concerned, if it's the battle of the rhinos, then the Asian ones are gonna be my pick.
There's the ones my boys sent me. They're like the yellow chins. I don't even know what locality it is or whatever, but dude, they make me so jealous. A bright ass yellow chin, looks like lightning in between the scales with that baby blue. And I'm just like, yeah, you might have me beat, but I'm not telling you. My parents still wins.
Yeah.
Everyone just tells me about the water bullshit with those rhinos, and I'm like, eh.
See, you know what's interesting, because now that I've moved mine into those BioGs from BlackBox and added like the live plants and the perching, like,
Doesn't do it anymore.
They still do spend a good amount of time in their water bowl, but it's not nearly as much time as it was before.
Dude, that was like honestly my biggest like question was like when I started diving deep into the Papuans. Everyone was always telling me about like, oh, the Papuans spend all their time in their water bowls. Be careful, you might get blisters on your scales and shit if you don't watch it. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I have yet to have one Papuan carpet be in a water bowl ever, and I don't have a big enough collection to compare it to, but it's just like anecdotal thought is like I've never kept any of them in a tub smaller than a 15 quart. So it almost makes me wonder if it's just like that's like a resort that they go to or something at some point. Because it's like
I won't disagree with you because I had one, because I have some that will go in the water dishes. None of them now of mine stay in the water dishes anymore. But I had one that would always swamp their enclosure. They were in a 15 quart, and she would always, one of my wild caught females, or my only wild caught female, she would always swamp her enclosure, always was going in her water dish. I upgraded her from a 15 quart straight into a V70 because she was getting on the bigger side. I didn't really have space to upgrade her into a 32. So I was like, screw it. Throw her in this 32, put a bunch of like perching options in there, filled it up. Looks good. She hasn't been in her water dish once since upgrading. At first I was like, I hope I don't stress her out, because she's a very reclusive animal. She likes to hide, always hides, she's either hiding or in her water dish, and so I was worried that this was going to stress her out because she was just such a reclusive animal. But no, she's been perfect. She eats every single time, very, very willingly. She's been perfectly healthy, perfect sheds, but she stays out of her water dish now. It's a lot longer of a tub. So, I think it's a little bit more for her to go over there. But I know she moves because she shits on the other side of her enclosure, and her shed will be all over the place. So I know she gets out of her hide. But she's not hanging out in her water dish anymore since the upgrade, So
it makes me think that just all of this is my anecdotal experience. But like when I bought those, I bought a trio off Nick, and he had told me to watch out for them when I got them, just to make sure they didn't sit in their water bowls. And then when I'd seen none of that happening, I was just like, okay, well, they didn't do it. And then all my other ones, they never did it. And then my background, I've totally come from build the biggest enclosure. That's all me and my grandpa used to do, is I'd catch something and we'd fucking fabricate a big ass wooden enclosure and put live sticks and all this bullshit in it. So that's always been my mindset. So my 2020 carpets, dude, they're in 110, or they're in 106 quart tubs right now. Something that people would probably be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is that little snake in that big ass tub? But I got hides everywhere, perches everywhere, and it's like, dude, that snake uses every inch of that thing. When I come in here at night, it's crawling around. When I come in here with food, that joker's ready to eat everything. Never misses a meal, never misses a poop. Perfect sheds every time. So just makes me think maybe whoever's giving them that option and they're just stuck in their water bowl, they might just be pissed off.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But I don't have a big enough collection to compare to, so that's just my thought. But
I think I don't disagree with you. I think you are onto something with that. I wouldn't say they go in there because they're pissed off. I think they would go in there because they don't
just
have
for that comfort or something. What's the other option? And they feel when they're in the water, they feel that tension around their skin, so obviously they feel 100% secure and stuff.
Right, exactly. But when you put them in something a little bigger and they still feel secure, they don't have
Dude,
they don't feel like they have to go in there, and
I make sure they have like those tight, secure spots and those nice little hides and those little getaways. But
yeah.
when it's nighttime, they're all activity, dude, every inch.
Yeah. I don't disagree, especially,
It just makes me wonder.
I think it is a little different if it gets a little on the hot side. I think they are quicker to go into their water dish if they get too warm.
Yeah,
At least quicker than other
but I think
carpets. I
the
do think naturally they like their water dishes a little bit more than other carpets, but I definitely think you're onto something with like
I've definitely
they
seen
stick
mine
they
at night.
stick
They'll
in the
swim
dishes.
in them.
Yeah.
Like I keep bigger water dishes though as well, so they can kind of like get in there comfortably. So, but I will definitely come in at night and see them like going in and out of the water ball, like it's no big deal. So they definitely like to get wet and get submerged and stuff. So I agree with you definitely on that.
Yeah.
But I've never had the sit in the water bowl or sitting there till it's spilled. So but then again, I only got 10 or I've only got 11 IJs basically to compare that to. So I mean,
yeah. I think that's the default for a lot of species, though. If they start getting warm, it's like
water dish.
You hear about people out in California in the wildfires, like they jump in their pool or something if they get stuck in the middle of a wildfire. It's like sort of a similar thing. But the rhinos, it's funny now, like they spend a lot of time on those manzanita purges that I put in there.
Those are sick too, bro.
Yeah,
I like
those are nice.
Like they'll even sleep on them. Like lights out, they'll curl up on them. And that's just where they hang out.
My Barons does the same thing. Half the time, he's always like in a higher perch, like just sleeping, head all freaking ducked off, looking dead.
Yeah, and mine only needs a little bit more size before I move it up into the other BioG that I have, because I have a fifth one that's empty that I have planned for him. And then eventually I have 2 other young rhinos from Terry. Those are going to go in BioGs because I'm going to, once the Cyanea go to Terry, rhinos, the 2 biggest rhinos will go into the Cambro tubs that those were in, and that'll free up 2 more BioGs. So those other 2 rhinos will go into into those as well at some point. But
dude, those BioGs are such a nice enclosure.
So
I freaking love them,
dude.
man.
I can't
So
wait
pretty.
because like those are going to be like my 2 main enclosures, like from BlackBox, like moving forward. Like essentially, how I want like with like my rat snakes to work is once they like outgrow like a 32 quart tub and they're ready for some more vertical space, I want them to go into a BioG, and then once they outgrow the BioG, into a 3x2x2x2 or a 3x2x2, and then live out their lives.
It'd be cool to have
extra big,
if you
but
set
like
up,
it would be cool to have that upgrade, of like different size cages all stacked up and shit, man. They'd be
do like a naturalistic setup with Neurodia in that though, where you have like an elevated like, sloped section with like some water plants and perches, and like that would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see how much height they use.
Yeah, the Nerodia will seriously use height. With Nerodia, I really want to incorporate basking spots, and that's what I'm doing with this cage, to my right over here. There, I gave him a basking spot with a low wattage bulb, and I mean it's perfect. And Nerodia, oh man, they love basking.
They'll use the hell out of that.
Yeah, I think they won't. I don't know if I'll put Nerodia in BioGs. I think those are more on like the boxy side. I can't. It would be harder to give them a basking area without heating up the entire thing a little too much. But like something a little longer, oh, dude, would be perfect for Nerodia. I can't wait to get some adults and one of these XA3s. There, it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to get some big water snakes in those things, man. It's gonna be great.
It's worked out with the Pothos and those setups too, because when I do water changes, I just dump the old water into the plant.
Yep.
And if it's got like urates or something in it, awesome. Then the plant can use that.
And it gets the nutrients.
Those freaking Pothos, dude, like they're taking off in those things too.
Yeah.
Like they're starting to really fill out.
And I can only imagine if you like in an enclosure with like UVB and stuff, they would really pop. I really want to get a Pothos growing in this yellow rat enclosure, but I need to get it a little bit more stabilized first and get it more where I want it to be. But
you need to put a nice freaking big old log with like a little hollow spot in it for that thing.
Yeah. I've got a nice piece of cork in there that he likes to curl up in, but I need to get a big log and something that I can put a little bit better in that shelf under that basking area. He likes the shelf, but I want it way more naturalistic with like, sticks and logs and all that. And so,
Sick.
but yeah, no, it's great, man. I love the cage. It's fantastic. And that light, dude, that light works great. If anybody is looking for a low wattage halogen where you can get like the nice UVA rays and everything, but something that's not going to get stupid hot, these any rays 24 or 25 watt bulbs, man, they're perfect. As long as my room stays at the lower ambient, heats that hot spot up right to 84, touching 85 sometimes, but dude, it's perfect. It's perfect. If it's extra hot, it'll get up to 86. But yeah, it's great, man. That little bulb is right on the money. Shout out to Roy Blodgett helping me out with that. He was a huge help putting me on bulbs and helping me through all this. So he was a fantastic help. Yeah, they work. It's a fantastic bulb. Works perfectly.
Yeah, I'm scared. Me and Brendan were talking about ordering our BlackBox cages because we're kind of going to have like a similar order. And he went ahead and like did a little simulation and put everything in a cart. We're going to probably be looking at like around $8K each for the shit we want. I'm like, bro, that's going to be a hit.
See, no, but even then, I feel like it would be worth it to get a U-Haul and just drive down there and pick it up.
Oh
yeah, especially where you are. Yeah, I would.
100%.
I don't even think it would be that far of a drive for him or you, really, for that matter. You'd probably be about the same distance, I would think.
Yeah.
Brendan would be a little farther. He's in St. Louis. That would be a little bit of a haul for Skylar. For Skylar, yeah, I think you would be worth taking a ride. Brendan, I don't know. He'd have to do the calculations on gas and all that.
Gas now, yeah.
His truck doesn't get very good gas.
Yeah, no. So it'd be. I don't know. I think Brendan might be better to ship it, but you might. It depends on how far you are from Budford.
I mean, either I would probably go get them anyway, just because I'm gonna need a shit ton of them. So
yeah,
dude, I'm so sick of these Exoterras. That was another beginner move that I'm fucking. Oh
yeah, dude. Once you change those over to BioGs, oh god.
Yeah, I'm just growing out whatever's in what I got.
Once you go black, you never go back.
I've heard the rumors.
Dude, it's all behind me, man.
I know.
It's all there.
Dude, I was so sold once I saw Justin's video with the fucking rhinos and the green tree and everything in there, dude. I was just like, I had so many visions and plans I could make come true. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, if I were gonna do green trees and those again, I would not get the open, like the high ventilation on the sides like I got with the wire mesh. So if you're gonna do green trees in those, I think just solid sides are gonna be better, just because it does.
Which I don't even know where I'm gonna actually end up keeping my green trees after quarantine, because like out here in my reptile room, like humidity is the last thing I have to worry about. But if I do end up keeping them inside, I'll probably have to do something like that where I really look at the enclosure, make sure it keeps humidity and stuff.
I need to order more of those Manzanita perches too for that cage with that chondro in it, because it's funny, like before it has one of the dragonfly perches from Brahms in there on a PVC pipe, and then I added a Manzanita perch because I had a spare one, and he didn't find that thing forever. Like he never even noticed it. And now that he's found it, he like doesn't leave it.
Dude, they're pretty
like
snakes,
I need another one.
Dude, they are so stupid.
Dumb
Holy
as hell.
Crap. Like
I'll walk in and I'll hear a thunk on the glass, and it's that male, like nailing. I'm like, dude, really? Like,
I hear people talking about how weird they are about feeding, and oh my god, like, I just last night I went to go feed
especially
mine.
Babies.
He finally took a dump. Yeah, mine's not even a baby. He's almost a yearling. He's like 10 months old, and it's just like, he's like, oh, it's food. It's food.
Wait, no, it's not.
Oh no, it's not.
Wait, yes, it is.
Wait.
Yeah.
No. Oh wait. And then like. He literally like bit it so soft, and then as soon as he bit it, the reaction and the recoil was fast. I was like, "What? Do you know what you're doing?" Then I sat there and watched them because I got him set up on camera. I sat there and watched them for 45 minutes, figuring out which anyone to start from. I'm like,
half the time I offer mine, even my older ones, like I give them a mouse or something or a frog leg. I'll come back in like 2 hours later, and they're still wrapped around. They haven't even started eating.
Trying to figure it out.
No, like they literally just fall asleep with it wrapped up. And so I go and I like knock on the Cambro tub, and you see them wake up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I was eating." And then they'll eat it. But I have like four chondros that every time I feed them, they wrap it, and then I come back in like literally half the day later, and they're still just sitting with it wrapped. I'm like, "You idiot!" And like I said, I just wrap on the Cambro tub, and they're kind of like, "Oh yeah, okay."
Oh wait,
it's like the dude who falls asleep with a hot dog in his hand.
Exactly.
TV,
yeah.
Like,
wakes up, takes a bite, falls.
He's like, "Oh shit, I was eating."
Like by the time they eat it, it's not even warm anymore. I'm like,
I was literally, because like by the time he was like actually eating and get his mouth around it, he would like almost stop and like half retract and then stop and then go for it. I'm like, are you gonna spit it out? Or are you gonna eat it?
I've got some that it like disappears as soon as they grab it. I've got some that it takes them like a half hour to eat it, and then I've got the ones that just completely just take half the
devour
day,
it.
Time doing it. You know,
I've heard everyone tell me, and it's just like now that I have it, it makes me feel better hearing you say it, because it's like, what the hell, dude?
They're goofy as shit, man.
Yeah. This next one,
have you offered yours frog legs yet?
I have not, but I want to when it gets a little bit more size. It's still pretty small.
I just cut off a decent chunk of it.
Do you give it with the bone in and just give it that chunk, or do you just cut the thigh meat off and give the thigh meat?
With the small one, like the little Irby male I have from Luke, that one just gets like a decent chunk. That's like the same size as like a fuzzy. Okay. And then my other animals that are like 2 or 3 years old, like I'll just give them a whole leg, and that's a pretty decent sized meal for them because I don't pound mine with food, but sometimes I'll just cut off, like I'll cut it right in half, perpendicular to like the joint.
Yeah.
And then they get, so
either
I don't know. But like with smaller ones, yeah, I'll just cut off some of that meat, that muscle. Okay. And I don't know, man. They all just go crazy for it. So
I definitely want to try it. I'm all about variety. Do you feed any of yours quail at all or anything like that? I hear people say it's weird to feed birds and shit. No. So
they might get chlamydia.
It's not because I'm like against it. It's because I haven't taken the time to hunt down quail. Like I'm just not.
I just asked him. I feed a lot of quail to the carpets already, and I'm about to start my own quail operation. So
they will tear up quail, dude.
The carpets, dude. Mine are already 85% quail. So
chondros will too. Chondros
I figured they would.
No
I mean, I'm like, I figured
if anything, like in the wild, chondros eat more birds than carpets. So
that's what I figured.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
they'll
I follow all the Australia guys, and all I see is pictures of damn cockatoos and
cockatiels.
All these
in Australia, it's the cockatiels, man.
Dude, getting freaking ate up off of someone's roof and shit.
Now, now every time I hear that, someone called that an Australian dream catcher. And now every time I see that, it's all I can think about is like when you see a picture of a carpet eating something hanging from the roof, it's an Australian dream catcher. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
I'm going to have to get a good picture of that and print it out and put it behind my bed.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Or
a dream catcher.
Get an actual picture of a dream catcher, but then change like the middle section to be an actual carpet wrapped up with like a
oh my God. You could probably pay an Indian to weave that in there if you get
I know this has nothing to do with the culture, but go with me.
Can you do this for me? Yeah. Do you follow Zach Holland by any chance?
I believe I do.
Queen City Constrictors. He's got a bunch. He's got a bunch of those rhinos, man. I figured you would, dude. That's who I basically bicker back and forth with about what's better, Barons or rhinos.
Keller. He's like, take a Barons, take the Pepsi challenge.
Take the challenge.
And I was like, I think you need more. I was like, I can't talk smack about it if I haven't had them. So I was like, all right. And they are cool snakes. I do enjoy the Barons. The rhinos, to me, I think for me, the rhinos is more of like a childhood thing because when I was a kid, I wanted rhinos so bad, and no one had them. Like that was like when they, like Pro Exotic, like 2 other people had them in the country, and that was it.
Yeah,
dude, just give me your Barons. Stop dealing with it. I'll take my
get a female, and you can use my male when they're of age.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. You get a female before me. Let me know because, dude, I'm trying to breed.
I do like my Barons. I don't want to part with them. I do enjoy it.
I'm only breeding them to a blue or a brown though. So
the browns are pretty cool. At first, I was like,
I'm gonna get mine from Keller, and he's got the greens. So
I have no hate against greens, but I got green trees for greens.
Yeah.
He's already got his
For
fix
sure.
in that department.
Yeah.
What's up with the monitors, though, man? How many
what
monitors are you keeping?
I was gonna ask you about that too. Right now, I just got the peach throats. I only got 3 of them right now. 2 raise ups and then my 1 big male.
Yeah, I've seen the videos and stuff of the big enclosure for him, man. It's freaking sweet.
That thing is like, that's better than a dog in my eyes some days. But no, dude, honestly, if these 2 raise ups, those were my plan to try to get a female, just because I'm kind of being picky, even though those peach throats are a little bit harder to come by. I want to be picky about what female I get. I want it to be really pretty. So if one of these little raise ups isn't a female, I'm still on the market looking for a good female to put to this boy. So, but dude, that's going to be like that. My end goal right now in my head for 10 years down the road is Papuans and peach throats. And then my little, whatever happens is the blue beauties and the chondros and the barons and stuff. But my main focus is definitely those peach throats and the Papuans.
Is that so? The biggest one of those 3, is that like a maxed out adult?
Yeah. So him, I've had him for 2 years now, and I got him like basically as he was peaking in size. He's about 4 right now.
Because I've really only seen smaller ones of those. Like, I wasn't sure how,
dude. Yeah, and I feel
don't see many of them to begin with, but
a lot of people give up on them, or they give them the wrong care and they die off. Is what I've noticed once I've kind of dived deeper into them. But they're honestly flighty off the rip, so you really got to just gain their trust, and you got to know what you're doing. You really just got to know how to read an animal, know what you're doing, and be patient, because everyone's always like, oh, people have seen my videos of me interacting with theirs, and then they are like, why didn't I have the same reaction with mine? Well, dude, I didn't just get this monitor and it was that cool with me. Like, I worked with this thing for months on end, every day, multiple times a day, building its trust. Like,
how do I get my Aggies to love me? Because they still won't.
Bro, everyone talks about that, and it makes me feel good about these raise up peach throats, because I hear like Kai talking and Alan talking about some of their Indo stuff that they brought in, and it's still being super flighty. And I'm like, I already got my stuff feeding off tongs. Mine will kind of come up and like walk on my hand, but as soon as I move my hand, they're like, oh, nope. But I'm already like building those small threads. But I would literally I've seen a couple of the videos and stuff of your setup and stuff, and it's like, it seems pretty perfect to where they can hide but still see you. And like, your setup looks perfect for them. I've seen where you like tong feed them and stuff, so you're definitely like right on track for that.
I'm not getting anywhere with them though.
But
it's also because I'm not really spending a ton of time doing it either,
dude. At least like, 2 times a day. At least 2 times a day.
Like, when I turn on the lights in the morning, it usually takes them a little bit for them to actually come out and start basking. And then some mornings, like before I go to work, I put some bugs in there. If they're out, then I'll do the hand, like, make them come out on my hand and feed. And then if they're just not out, then I have one of those little, as stupid as this might sound, PetSmart sells these little acrylic balls that have 2 holes on the sides of them, and you put bugs in that.
Oh no, yeah, I've seen.
It's meant to be a thing for like stimulation, and so like
to enrich their enrichment.
I'll put bugs in that if they're not out and basking when I'm going to feed them, and then it's just mostly because it's just like, I got to go to work. I don't have time to like try and get you guys to come out and see me.
Yeah.
But I mean, the male, like, sometimes if it's earlier in the morning, he hasn't warmed up yet, I can like grab him and hold him for about 5 seconds, and then he's like, oh shit, and gone.
Yeah.
The female, like, unless I got food in my hand, forget about it. Like, I ain't getting near.
Which I've always heard that even with like every monitor species, the females are always a lot more skittish, which I'm hoping that's the case with one of them, because one of these little raise ups is a lot more skittish than the other one, and it's got a little bit different head shape and tail shape. So I'm really banking on that one being female, but she's a lot more skittish. Like, she's only come up on my hand like 2 times, and once she realized that I'm like trying to move with her, she's like, just give me the food off the tongs, you ape. But the other one is like, it's pretty ballsy. It'll come out and like run up on my hand, and as soon as he sees the tongs through the glass, he's like up at the opening of the screen, like, yo, what's up? Is there a cricket?
It's go time.
Fish? Like,
it's funny because if I walk in the room to do like clean stuff or something, I'll look over and they're like, I'll see little eyeballs like watching me. They just won't be out. I'll just see little heads sort of poking out and just staring me down, just checking me out. And I'm like, I'm not going to hurt you. Like, come on. Like, I haven't done anything to you yet. What's the deal? Like, I know you're smart enough to realize these things. Like, come on.
it's got to just be the time thing, because that's the only thing anyone I've ever talked to, that's the only thing I can equate it to, is like, you just got to build those daily threads, because they have short-term memory. So like, yeah, they remember you and yeah, they recognize you, but they're going to remember what happened twice a day.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. I
for
should
a
probably
week
start doing
straight
that.
and stuff.
A few minutes in the morning, and then when I get home from work, you know, a few minutes in the afternoon. Just
what I usually do is I'll come out and like turn on all my stuff, and then I'll give it a couple minutes, and then I'll come out here and do all my stuff before I leave. And that's when they're usually out doing their bask and everything. So they have no option but to, hey, you're looking at me. Hey, I'm coming in to clean. I clean their water bowls every day, and I usually do it when they're awake. So it's like, they see me come in, grab their water bowl. They see me put it back. They see me give them food after. That's another thing I do, is like, anytime I go in their cage and like move something around or clean something, I'll try to make sure to either tongue feed them or give them some sort of positive reaction with me after I do that, so that they don't think I'm just coming in to disrupt everything. Like, it's so weird. You just got to think of like the smallest little things that you got to put yourself in the monitor's position.
Like a monitor.
You got to be the monitor. You got to be the skittish monitor that just got imported from across the world, and put yourself in that situation, and you'll understand your animal, because that's what it took for me to understand my animal. And I tell people all the time, I don't speak monitor, but me and my lizard have conversations daily.
Are there any other species you want to get into? Like any of the Australian stuff? Or
I was hoping to try to get them this year, but things changed. I just was like, I was like getting back on that path where I was starting to let the fingers spread, and I was going to jump back into a bunch of different things, but I was just like,
rein it back in.
Focus on the peach sticks.
It's hard, man. The internet makes it hard.
Yeah. So I was like, but I'm like 60% through a giant build that I'm doing for some Pilbara rocks.
Oh, nice.
Everyone does the Kims, and everyone talks about how the Pilbaras are, they're mean and bitey. It's like, dude, every monitor in this hobby has been mean and bitey until someone posts it up on Instagram where it's not mean and bitey. Someone's got to get those things, establish them, and get a couple colonies where they're super. I want to do that. It's just not the time. Maybe next year is what I'm planning on. But I just wanted to have the enclosure built and everything first. So, but I got a big old 6 foot by 2 foot by 3 foot with a bunch of stuff I've been building, and rock walls and a bunch of epoxy and shit. So it'll be dope. I want it to look like a chunk of Australia. I want it to be straight up like, whoa.
That's what I want to do with the Ackies, is get them, you know, once they've outgrown that 200 quart that they're in now, which is soon, get them set up in something from Jen and Clint, and sort of deck it out and make it look good, you know.
Yeah, it'll definitely be worth it. I definitely just think if you a little bit more time every day, and then make sure they know you aren't a threat every time you do something. That's the little things that help for sure.
Calcium sand and hot rocks, baby.
If you do anything, get a hot rock, get that calcium sand, because that's gonna make your life better. Make sure you get your red heat bulb and leave it on 24/7.
Yep.
No cage over it either. They gotta have open access to it.
Yeah.
If they ain't getting burned, you're doing it wrong.
They can eat that. They can eat that sand. It's good for them because it's got calcium in it.
It's better when the food rolls in it. No impaction.
Nice crusting of sand.
Yeah.
Gourmet monitor diet.
You know, fried chickens, fried bugs,
fried bugs,
sand. Yeah.
I have seen the Ackies, like, in their excitement, get some like bark and other stuff in their mouth, and you see them just like, oh fuck.
Dude, are the Ackies super weird, or where if they do get something foreign in their mouth that's not food, they will do everything they can to spit it out and decipher what it is, and then only get the food? Like,
they definitely realize it's not food, and they spit it out pretty quick, but I've never seen them like go back and investigate it or anything like that.
Dude, the Joviensis, dude, that's one thing I've noticed about it. Even with the babies, they all, like, if they bite anything, and if it's not,
I gotta make sure it's food.
They'll spit it out, investigate it, look at it, bite it a couple more times, spit it out, look at it, tongue flick it a bunch of times. Like, they're so in tune. That's another thing, dude. Those things, they're just they're on a whole nother level, man. I put them up there with like lace monitors and shit with their intellectual. For sure.
I also think it's funny that like people don't realize snakes have the ability to spit stuff out. Like, granted, like, you don't want your
Just like your little
Well, you
Morelia that
don't-
choked, right?
that actually choked on a piece of
That
food.
was different.
Yeah, that was an actual piece of food that was too big. It wasn't a piece of bedding. It was a piece of fish that was too large. Why you gotta bring that up, dude?
I don't
Like,
know.
that was
Blast.
a sore
Dick move.
spot. I was real
I know,
upset
buddy.
about
I'm
that.
sorry.
I was
sorry.
real upset
You
about
were.
that.
People don't
Anyways,
forget.
yeah. Anyways, moving on. Like, no,
It was
you
like
don't.
11 years ago, asshole.
That was like 11 years ago.
Yeah, no, that was only a couple months ago. That's why it's still
People never
fresh.
forget.
No, but see, like, no, you don't want a wet rodent caked in Sandy chips. Like, no, not at all. Like, that's not good. But like a piece of bark like I use the bigger chunks of aspen. Like a bigger chunk of aspen gets stuck to the rodent, like it's gonna end up in the
flail
snake's
off
mouth.
or
Yeah,
something.
it might get in the snake's mouth a little bit, but they can spit it out.
Yeah.
Like you realize these things aren't eating on a perfectly flat, clean surface.
Yeah, they eat
on
in
dirt.
the wild. Like they eat in the jungle. Like
They
you can
eat
feed
dirt
them.
and
You can
leaves.
feed them on loose bedding, and they're not gonna immediately
I
get
don't like
impacted.
doing it.
Like
I just don't like doing it because it just annoys me that it gets so messy and stuff. And it's so like I put mine on top of like their human hides or something flat that they can.
that's
eat off
why have you ever tried drying off your rodents?
I
It
do.
makes a difference.
It takes too
Like,
long.
I can't do the rodent stew drips. It fucking drives my OCD
I'm the
through
same
the
way,
roof,
dude.
bro.
I dry off.
I go
every
through a
single one
whole
of my
paper
rodents.
towel roll
Yes.
when I'm feeding fucking
Yes.
I'm
animals.
too busy making cuts. I ain't got time to
I
that extra 2
can't.
seconds
I
to dry it
can't
off. Is too
feed a
much.
sopping wet mouse, dude. It
I'll go
drives
Give
me
them water.
nuts.
Hydration.
20 pairs of tongs, and like I'll admit it, they're damp. Like they're still damp, and they're definitely got water soaked into them. But I definitely put it in a paper towel and give it the little squeeze and kind of give it the form, so it's ready to go down the chute, man.
The
But
carpets,
honestly-
the carpets, I'll leave a little wetter, but the Colubrids, I like that bitch is dry. Like the hair is like fuzzy now. Like I make sure that thing is dry, you know,
I don't have to
because
deal
I don't
with
want
that
bedding
shit.
to stick on it a lot.
If all my carpets eat like straight up arboreals, like they're always at the top of their cage when I come to feed, and they'll like dangle halfway down and eat it. So it's like, they rarely eat on the ground. So that hasn't been an issue for me. Cross my fingers so far. I was shitting myself last night, Justin, watching the video of my chondro eat and trying to decipher that rat. Because it was like he finally was so bored holding himself up that he lowered himself down to the paper towel. And I'm like, if this fucker eats the paper towel while he's eating the rat, and I have to call Justin and tell him that I'm pulling a rat or a rag out of my freaking brand new chondro, I'm gonna shit my pants. But I was just sitting there. That was the reason I watched it the whole time, because I was like, dude, if this thing eats the paper towel, I'm gonna shit.
The difference there was like I tried to tear and get the paper towel out after it had happened. If it's like a whole sheet,
probably gonna spit it out.
They seem to figure it out, but
I don't think it was swallowing this whole sheet, but still nerve wracking.
Dude, if you get some pop wing clutches this year, like take a word of advice. I have had 100% success doing this with babies. When you first feed them, dry off that mouth completely. Make sure it's completely dry, and then just take a little skin with your tongs and rip that nose. Okay.
Oh yeah. I've heard
from
that.
the get go.
There's a little bit of blood.
Do that
just
from the get go, dude. Yeah, I dry because in drying it off like helps scent particles get out a lot easier than it being like sopping wet. That's been my thing for both clutches I've had. I dry it off completely and I just rip a little skin off the nose. They slam it. It's almost been right away. Telling you, I don't even.
You can just put it on some damn
like,
tongs and offer it to them and be amazing.
You can, but for fresh babies, I don't wait because
wait
like
a second.
I have what?
All the shit you talk about chondros and having trouble getting them eaten, how easy pop ones are, and like all this other stuff.
Easy.
It's like
no, they're super easy.
You shouldn't have to do any tricks or modifications.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you why I was about to tell you why I do this. Okay. So you'll have some that will do it like right off the rip. Like I said, I do this because I had success like right off the rip, and so I do it with all of them. But like sometimes with carpets, if they're not super enticed, you'll have to kind of beat them up with the prey a little bit, which is
Hit the
fine
back of the
for
neck and
some.
stuff.
Yeah, and that's fine for some if they're defensive. But what I've noticed is sometimes carpets will, like, especially like newborn babies, they'll almost get scared.
Yeah, like
And
they're
if you scare them once with prey, they'll automatically be kind of
Scarred.
turned off. Yeah, they'll be
Yeah.
turned
Scarred for
off by
life.
it. Exactly. So what I like to let them come to it. So if you automatically get those as much scent particles out there as you can, you don't have to beat them up as much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have some that are super defensive, they're always striking, then yeah, you can beat them up a little bit and they'll usually take it, because a lot of times they'll just strike as it is no matter what. But if you have one that's on the shyer side, if you try and beat it up, you're going to scare it and it's going to be turned off from food. But if you get all those scent particles out right off the rip, they'll be curious and they'll usually eat like that first time.
I've heard that a lot, and that was like my biggest fear with the chondro, to be honest with you, because like my first experience with it kind of being iffy with the food, I was like, all right,
Here we go.
gotta ride that fine line of try to get it to eat, but don't make it hate this food to where it fucking dies now. So I was just like, I'll be honest with you, dude. Like the first time it ate for me, no big deal. Second time, a little bit of issue, and then the third time it was like iffy, but it was because it hadn't shit yet. So I was probably just trying to feed it before it needed it to. But I was just trying to keep with the same schedule it already had going. So I was like, all right, go with what you know, go with what you've learned. You've tried to offer it a meal twice. It's clearly been acting iffy. Don't fucking do anything. I didn't offer it anything for like 4 days, and I took it out for a night, walked it around my hands, and then walked it around. And then it finally shit that night, and then the next day it did its whole little routine, but it finally ate. But I was just like, dude, you got to ride that fine line, because I guarantee you if I would have been an unknowing idiot and kept trying those 2 days of just beating it up, I'd probably be dealing with a snake that wouldn't eat right now still. And I'd probably be freaked out every time I open that tub. So I'm glad I listened to all that stuff.
Yeah, you can scare them, man. I had one baby that was like, he was kind of, he was slow to get going. Like he ate right off the rip, but then like you said, he kind of like slowed down, and then he got to where he was like kind of almost afraid of it. So I didn't feed him for like a month. This was like a new baby. Like they normally will eat more, but like, dude, I just like, I let him go. Like I let him get hungry. And that's why like you don't want to try too often.
No, you don't want to try when they're not hungry.
If they act like they're scared of food, let them get hungry. Let them want it. You know what I mean? Because like if you keep trying, you're just going to scare it. So let them get hungry, and then make sure all those scent particles are rocking and rolling, and just put it right in front of their face, and they'll usually whop, they'll just grab it, out of instinct. You don't have time to sit there and play with it and smack them, do all this stuff, they'll just slam it right off the rip, and you don't have to do anything, and then it's easy, and all my carpets eat the same way because I do that. All my carpets, I just stick it in front of them and they just grab it.
That's how mine are, dude.
I don't have to play with any of them.
It's a 5-minute process for the collection. I just walk in. Doing, doing, doing,
doing. It's nothing, man. But it's because I've done that. Because I've had several carpets that acted scared of food. It's like, okay, you want to be scared, you're gonna get hungry. But they start eating with no problem, without hesitation. So it's like, it might sound kind of fucked up to some people, like, oh, let them get hungry, starve them. But like Kai talked about, even with the monitors, to get them
out to get the interaction.
I
get that. I get that for sure. I mean, I would definitely watch the monitors weight. I would definitely be specific with animals with that technique.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like when we say starve, we mean within reason. Don't not feed your animals to the point they're
goons out there that'll take that the wrong way. They'll be like, my monitor won't come to me. No food for a month.
No, don't do that. We're not saying I don't actually starve your animals. We're being just like
understand your animal. Put yourself in your animal's position. That's all you need to do.
Exactly. Yeah. But I guess we're
I know you guys normally shut it down around 2 hours.
Yeah, we're about the 2:12 mark, man. So
hell no, man. I'm ready to go for 4.
4, no, this isn't.
I'm signed up.
This isn't the Cody Bartolini Power Hour.
I was about to say this isn't Cody. Like we're not. No, We can't do that.
I'll talk snakes with you all night, dude. Don't tell me.
Dude,
I'll talk monitors
Daytona,
all night.
dude, Daytona, man. We got hours upon hours
Oh,
of talking to do there. But if people
We'll
want to
definitely
find
have
you,
a good
man,
time.
where can people check you out at?
Yeah, no Facebook for me. If you want to find me, I'm on Instagram, Hale_the scales, and then check me out on YouTube. I'm super green. I'm still learning in front of the screen. I'm still progressing with every video, but if you guys want to
It
give me
gets
the time
easier
of
over
day,
time.
check me out on YouTube, Hale the Scales on YouTube. But give me a follow on Instagram, dude. I love talking to people about snakes. If you want to talk about IJs, definitely hit me up. And definitely just want to give you guys a huge thanks for giving me the time of day and talking to me,
Absolutely,
man.
Yeah,
Freaking
thanks for
appreciate it
coming
big
on,
time.
man. I'm definitely going to be working my way down there at some point to
Dude,
make
even
a
if
trip happen.
even if you make it in fall, bro, we'll go get some berms and some water snakes.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Jake
I'm
needs him a
hoping to
good
come in the
berm.
fall.
Yeah, we'll get you
Yeah,
out some
that'd be
berms, man.
awesome, man. Like it's one of those
Spurgeon, mega
things that
spurge.
like berms are like they're such a nuisance in South Florida now. But you can't tell me it wouldn't be cool shit to find a wild
Bro,
python. Like, I
Bro,
mean, come on.
being a snake lover and finding a berm in the wild in Florida, bro,
It's gotta be cool.
I cried, bro. I wasn't sitting there crying, but I was screaming so pumped. I had tears of joy. I'm like hugging my boy. I'm like, bro, we just made a dream come true. And he's just like, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just like, get out of my way. You're not as hype as me.
The rest of Florida's
You
just like,
fucking suck.
kill it.
Yeah, the rest of Florida's like, run it over. Or, hey, look at my python. I'm going to fry it up and make a belt out of it. It's just like, come on. Can we just appreciate the little bit of nature we got, man?
Yeah. And it's sad because, like, I don't remember who brought it up to me not too long ago, but it was somebody, like, not in the reptile thing. And I brought up, like, invasives and stuff. And I was saying, like, you know, how me and Justin will catch Mediterranean geckos around here to use for like scenting and stuff. But like, and we pick them because they're invasive. And somebody's like, oh, well, do you feel the same way about, you know, the pythons in Florida? And it's like, that's a hard question because it's like, no, I don't love killing snakes, but I don't disagree with them eradicating them because they are invasive. Where I get pissed off is when people are fucked up about it.
They're fucked up and flaunting
like,
it or beating it with a hammer.
Yeah, like when it came to the iguanas, people got disgusting with the iguana. When it became open season, it was disgusting. It's like, so no, like around here, like I've killed plenty of armadillos around here, but they're invasive. They are a serious problem here. But I'm not.
Dude.
I'm
it's pronounced armadillo.
Thank you very much. Shut up. You know, but it's like, no, I don't get pissed off with people killing iguanas and Burmese pythons in Florida, but I get pissed off when people do it in such inhumane ways that are just disgusting. Too. Yeah. It's like, no, I don't agree with that at all. No. You know, do I love killing reptiles? No, but do I understand that they are invasive and they hurt the natural ecosystem? Like, yes. I get that. Like, I'm also a naturalist. Like, I'm a wildlife management graduate. Like, I understand these things. But
we got the true player.
What's up, Ellie?
Yeah. It was hard for me to continue volunteering for FWC just because it was like, once you catch a dozen or more of those things and you like understand the true beauty and just they're out there doing their thing, it's nothing they're doing wrong. I haven't been back in a year to catch any just because every time I went with a contractor, it's like, that's a dead snake. So I'd rather just go with a homie and see him and then just let it do its thing. Don't even worry about killing it.
And that's almost where I'm at with the thing with berms. Is like, am I going to get pissed off at somebody for killing a berm? No. But like at the same time, I'm also of the opinion, like, you're not going to get rid of them.
No, we're not getting rid of them.
Way more will die from natural selection in a harsh winter than any human will ever. So it's like the ecosystem will keep them at bay enough, I guess, you know, but at the same time, it's like you're not going to get rid of them. No, they're not going anywhere. No, they're there at this point. So yes, they're invasive, but they're basically South Carolina's armadillos. Basically. You know, it's like we're not going to get rid of our armadillos. They're all over the place. But
you mean to tell me we can't get rid of all the iguanas in Florida?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all you got to do is make a law that makes them illegal and they disappear. like
yeah,
that.
no, yeah, just out of the
That's
blue, they're just
crazy.
gone. She
You're
said,
telling,
"That's crazy."
you're telling me, you're telling me.
I mean, it is a bummer because like I'm not against open seasons and things like that and stuff like that. I mean, it sucks because the animals didn't ask to be in that position, but they're
Right.
not supposed to be there. So
Right.
I just feel like there's history though that like contradicts the story that they're trying to push so hard, because there's old timer Floridians that have pictures of these iguanas in Florida back in like the late 1800s and the early 1900s.
they're so
It's like,
behind the curve on
bro,
fixing that problem. It's hilarious. Like
these
2020,
things
we're
are-
gonna fix the
yeah.
iguana problem. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
These things have been here for a century. They're so established. You just give up on it.
Just make them
Yeah.
native.
Just
They might
make
as
them.
well. They've been here
They're
long
native.
enough.
Just leave it alone.
They're their
Just
own
cross the
subspecies.
threshold.
If we go get Daniel Natouche on the case, he'll probably make them their own subspecies.
Yeah.
For
Dude,
crying
I
out loud.
actually, I know we gotta go here in a minute, but I actually saw somebody was like, it's posted up some berms that they reproduced, and they were like South Florida locality pure berms, and I was
Black
like,
diamond
oh my
herps,
god,
bro. Black diamond herps.
what? Like now they're officially in a locality, like,
bro, they
God.
caught a gravid female, bro.
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
Can you
It's
hear
wild.
There's
My
localities
God.
there's different localities in
Yep.
South Florida that they're claiming is the funny part.
It's wild, man. But
Yeah. All right, I'll stop bringing you guys a
anyways,
deer.
yeah, no, thanks for coming on the show, man. This was great. Thank
Appreciate
you
it,
everybody
really.
for checking it out. Check out Skylar at Hail the Scales
Do you
on
have any
all the
closing
platforms.
remarks?
Appreciate
Nothing from Ellie.
Why
Thanks for
not?
making a special guest appearance, Ellie.
What's your favorite snake?
I don't know.
it. Green tree python.
She liked big. She liked my male Brettles when I had it.
Yeah, she likes
Brettles
Biggs. Yeah,
My friend named one of them Mr. Biggs.
Mr. Biggs.
Good name.
That ginormous steak.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
What's the favorite that I have now, though? Which one do you like the most?
The rhino rats.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, there it
Well,
is.
The girls like the
You're-
rhinos.
You're your daughter's father. Or you're your father's daughter.
Yeah.
I never knew he liked snakes so much.
She's a
until I
Ryan
just
Kofis
met-
kid.
Until I just met him.
I'm going to make that a shirt. Ryan Kofis kids.
Right, go for it.
Be like Jerry's kids, except they're all healthy and completely normal because they love rhino rats.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
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 All right. Well, this show
Awesome.
was brought to you by BlackBoxCages.com. Check them out, Facebook, Instagram, and Steve Snakeshuary and his Venom Hot Sauce is SteveSnakeshuary.com. Please give him a follow as well on Facebook and Instagram. He has a YouTube channel too. Give that a follow. We will link Skylar's YouTube channel in the description when the video version of this gets posted, and we'll have his social links and stuff on the description of the audio version. So check him out. We definitely
Greatly
appreciate it, man. It was a
appreciated.
good episode.
Yeah,
I
this was fun.
appreciate you guys, man. I know I talked to you here and there, but it was good to get an actual
Yeah,
combo in, man.
Yeah, man, it's been great. We'll definitely see you in Daytona, brother.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have a party there, man.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
I
great.
don't know if Snakes and Stogies is happening. I don't know when Phil gets back, so I don't know if Snakes and Stogies. If Snakes and Stogies does happen and Phil isn't here, it'll be me and Bill. So Bill doesn't know that yet, but that's what we're gonna be, so.
Awesome. All right, y'all.
Everyone,
Thank you
have a
for
good
checking
evening.
out.
All
Have
right.
a good evening. Good morning.
Appreciate it,
wherever
y'all.
you're
Have a
listening.
good one.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.